What is good, folks? What is good to all the people, man? I believe we are live in full effect. Alive in full effect, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get my shit together real quick. Let me get my shit together real quick. Let me get my analytics locked and loaded real fast so I can see what's happening and understand the atmosphere of the chat, if you know what I mean. Welcome in to everybody, man. We had a whole bunch of folks waiting, man. We had like 100 and some folks. We got 300 people in here now. Welcome into the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. To all the people. Just a little low key shout out. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It's a beautiful thing to see. Welcome into all you beautiful, wonderful people. It's a wonderful thing to see. Well, you know we gotta do roll call. We gotta check in. We gotta see what the fuck is going on with all these people. So let me see what's happening. We have a 1 month member. Let me see the message real quick. You said this is my first paid subscription I've ever paid. I love AG's content and commentary. Love your impersonations of Natalie and LT Steve. Keep it pushing. My big dog. Who is that? Shelly Baby. Shelly, you know what I'm saying? Welcome in. We appreciate you. Much love to you. Thank you very much. We got a bunch of flow states and shit flowing. We got gifters. We have Fun Shine, Kelly, motherfucking MFN. I can't cuss too much too early. GG Shadow 3790 MFN Shadow. We appreciate you for the gift, man. Shout you out. Much love to you as well. Hold on, man. We got Atlantis Mermaid with a membership. Welcome in. Joyous Carrot. I give that to my dog very often. Joyous Carrot. Thank you for the gift. Lily B with a flow state. LA Beauty Review with a flow state. Man, listen, to all the flow staters, to all the shit, to all the gifters, big appreciation to y'all, man. Welcome in to everybody. Welcome the fuck in. We have Treehead again. You said greetings, everybody. Reppin' Belize. Shout out Treehead in this bitch. We got our Belizeans in this. Man, listen, we got 500 people in here. That's all I know. That's all I understand. That's all I know. And we got Treehead in this bitch, man. Shout out my Belizeans in this chat. Let's go to unpaid comments real fast, man. Let's see what's going on with the regular with the viewers, man. We have Sharon. Welcome in, Sharon. You're in the live stream yesterday. I remember you. Welcome in again, Sharon. You're in the members only live stream yesterday. Welcome back. You said, "Oh shit, I thought I was gonna have to wait a couple hours for this to start. I was stoked to see it about to start." Shout you out, man. Welcome in. Welcome in. Who else we got? To all the moderators, if I missed you guys, welcome in. We have Scarlett. You said AG and the gang. How's your mom and them? All love to you and you guys. You guys will probably see my mom. I took a fat dab before I did this. You guys will probably see my mom by mid this month. So shit, time's moving fast. Yeah, you'll see my mom in about like 7 days because she's coming through. She flying out. She flying out, if you know what I mean. You said this is my first subscription. Oh yeah, baby, Shelly Baby. We appreciate you again. Hold on. We have Shanistan. You said I'd much rather watch you than a T Swift wedding coverage. Love you, AG. Let's hear the Nat impersonation. Oh yeah, Taylor Swift's getting married or some shit, right? I saw that on Twitter. Hold on. I don't give a fuck, but oh yeah, she's like getting. I really don't give a fuck. Everything like I don't want to give my opinion about that, but I feel like it's Hollywood. That's all I'm gonna say. But Shannon Stan, thank you. Big Mom needs some love. Okay, we appreciate you for the gift, ma'am. Lexi, welcome in. We have Moody Booty. Moody Booby, welcome in. All right, so anyways, folks, we got a lot to talk about, man. There is a video that was circulating about Christine Russo talking to the police, Dom's mom, right? Now this video has circulated for years. I've seen clips of it, and famously, recently, actually, I could probably show you guys. Famously and recently, Natalie Shirilla, or whoever has been running the free Mackenzie Shirilla site, has been using the words of the Russo family against them. Now, they posted something a little while ago. They had posted a snippet of Miss Russo talking to the police and asking, like, well, I don't want her to get the judges from here. Oh, here it is.
Why we're asking those questions is
so they had posted this snippet trying to make her sound like the bad person, like she has all this power in Strongsville, right? But recently, Melly released a video that shows us the entire full context of that video. And it's an hour and 14 minutes long, right? And let's understand this. The woman is angry. Of course, she's going to say some slight shit toward the family. But at the end of the day, when we hear the entire phone call, you're going to understand that she is not running shit. She's just giving information and giving her opinion on things. And they tried to make it seem as though she was running this whole program. So, this was a couple of days ago they posted this. I'm going to play this first, and then we're going to go and listen to the full call in full context.
Deep down, why we're asking those questions.
So this is what the Free Mackenzie Shirilla site posted.
I know, because you want to put together a solid case, because Angela thinks she needs to go to prison. He is absolutely positive, says that she needs to go to prison.
Well, and you know as well, probably better than we do, what we're battling here with the juvenile court versus 3 days later she's an adult.
Well, I'd like to see who we pull, because I'll file an affidavit of prejudice with the Supreme Court.
So she said, I'd like to see who we pull. I think she's talking about the judges. She said she's basically saying she doesn't want this bitch to get off. And at the end of the day, that bitch got off. You know what I'm saying? Do you even blame her? But this is their smoking gun. It's smoking. The crime was committed, and that's and that's who did it. This is the big breakthrough for the Shirillas. But let's keep going.
Probably better than we do, what we're battling here with the juvenile court versus 3 days later she's an adult.
Well, I'd like to see who we pull, because I'll file an affidavit of prejudice with the Supreme Court, because I practiced in most of those courtrooms.
It's one of
I'd rather get
biggest.
some retired judge from Southern Ohio. You know, some Republican judge that would, not to say, I love our Democratic judges in Cuyahoga, but they're Democratic because that's how they get elected. I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In Cuyahoga.
We get the game.
Yeah. Depending on the theory that we're able to help put together, the evidence that we're going to put together, if we can force a mandatory bind over as opposed to leaving it up to a judge. No.
All right. So basically, the whole police station, they're corrupt. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Mackenzie. Mackenzie, you were slighted. That was outside. Mackenzie, you were slighted. They got over on you. They ruined your life. And Miss Russo, the mob boss, is pulling all the strings. That's what they're trying to make gullible people think. And all the TikTok brain people out there who are stupid enough to believe that, they're just misinformed because they didn't actually listen to the whole context of everything. This lady is not running the show, okay? That was an opinion she gave. The police are, of course, going to be like, yeah, of course, yeah, They're trying to collect evidence. But anyways, this is the full video. I've never seen this video in its entirety. Ever. I thought it was a 30-minute video. Apparently it's an hour and 16 minutes, or sorry, an hour and 12 minutes. So we're going to go through as much as we can today. And you guys let me know if she's the mob boss that they portray her to be. Hold on, we got super chats in this bitch too. You said, I love it when you say, oh no, Kinsey, in the Natalie voice. ZZ Proof. I appreciate the $5, man. Shout you out. Throw some hearts out, man. Who else we got? We got a Goddess of Gambling. You said Free Kinsey. Thank you for keeping her topic of discussion so she's free soon. I mean, shit. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate you. Angel, do not start. No. Hold on. Let me put my dog on the bed. Shit. The second I start projecting my voice, she want to start. Angel, get on the bed. Sit down. And stop trying to interrupt, bro. I swear to God, it's too early. It's way too early. Shit. Way too early for that shit. Over here trying to bark at me. She thinks, anyways, she thinks this shit is a game. Anyways, he said, Goddess of Gambling said, free Mackenzie Shirilla. I mean, free that $10. I mean, listen, you know what you should do, Goddess of Gambling? You should send me $150 in all caps saying free Mackenzie Shirilla. That's how I know you're really a supporter. You're not real sending that little measly $10. I ain't gonna lie to you. You really support Mackenzie? Super chat 150 with that chip, man. Get the fuck out of here. You're not a real Mackenzie supporter. Mackenzie would call you a brokey for donating that. Anyways, let me stop. Let me stop. Listen, at the end of the day, bro, talking about it makes her look worse. He's over here saying like, I'm not even gonna give that comment light of day, bro. Super chat 150 if you're a real supporter. We have Deborah with a gift as well, man. I appreciate you guys. Deborah, thank you for the flow state. All right, let's get back to it. We have a lot to get through, so I'm going to try to get through this video as much as I can. But it's good to know that there's Mackenzie there's Mackenzie supporters out there. He said I'm in love with you always from Herkimer, New York. Herkimer, New York. I am jacking that shit up. Don't flame me in the comments, guys. I'm so sorry. Shout you out though. Thank you so much for the $2, Miss Patricia.
So we have
Somebody said, Goddess, are you Rosie? It's probably one of her little bum ass friends. I swear to God it is. Rosie scraped up that $10 instead of fucking spending it on groceries. Rosie, you keep your priorities in check. Oh, we got Lisa Crisp in the chat. Shout out, Lisa. Welcome in, Lisa. And we have Diana Chile with a flow state. If I'm jacking you up, I'm so sorry. I've already started drinking. We have Isabel Bear with a gift as well. Shout you out, Isabel. Thank you. And we have Jessica Alam. Jessica Balam, sorry, with a gift. Shout you out, Jessica. And we have Isabel with another laugh in disco. Everybody who's super chatting, gifting, liking, I appreciate y'all, man. Welcome into all 1,053 of y'all. Let's get this bitch going, man. Let's keep it going.
I don't know when was the last time you talked to Tim, the prosecutor? It's been a while. Okay. So right now we have served a total of 11 search warrants. We have received almost returns on half of them. Not everything. The talk screen, we haven't received that yet, but we did get some information on the car. And the car is normal. There were no defects. We had a forensic mechanic look it over. There were no issues whatsoever with that. Also, medically, pursuant to 2 search warrants, there is nothing to indicate that Mackenzie at the time of the crash or immediately before the crash had any type of medical condition that would have caused the crash. So at this point, we're waiting for the talk screen to look at whether it's OVI related or something else. Now,
all right, so step number 1, right? Step number 1, no fault in the car. They're going to argue that, oh, her foot got stuck and oh, this and that. No fault in the car, right? She was mashing that bitch. Everybody knows that the car goes vroom when you mash that motherfucker. You don't need that much intelligence to know that. Mackenzie was out here trying to kill these people. It doesn't, and it's kind of funny that the parents think that. I said this in the video because I made a video about this before I went live, right? The parents really think that the rest of the world are as stupid as them or as delusional because they're not. I might call them stupid, but it's really just delusion. You know that your daughter's a monster at the end of the day, right? But they think that the rest of the world is just as delusional as them. No, the fuck we're not. Especially if we're not attached emotionally. They're attached emotionally, thinking that the rest of the world is gonna buy that bullshit.
When you and I talked before in the first time, you indicated that you thought this wasn't just.
Hold on, let me back it up.
Or at this point, we're waiting for the talk screen to look at whether it's OVI related or something else. Now, when you and I talked before in the first time, you indicated that you thought this wasn't just an OVI, that there was something else.
She told me just the other day that they weren't fucked up. I asked her, why didn't you ask me to come get you? And she said, we weren't fucked up or anything.
And she's already admitting that they weren't fucked up. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. The family really thinks that we're going to believe that she had this random medical condition after the officer said that there's clearly that there's no medical conditions that they know of ever. They're going to think that we're just going to believe that some random medical condition that very few people have, their daughter just suddenly has. I just think that's crazy. I don't understand that shit. But we're going to get deeper in this shit. We have Andrew Zelda with man, listen, with a big $50 super chat. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for the 50. You said Kinsey belongs in jail. I mean, she is in jail. Kinsey deserves 35 years. That's what I would say. That would be my counter claim to what you said. To that $50 claim. Everybody shout out Andrew with that big 50. If you don't throw some pink hearts in this bitch, appreciate you. But that would be my response to you. Mackenzie deserves 35 years in jail or prison is what you probably meant. No more, no less. Maybe a little bit more if you felt like generous to give her some extra years, but definitely no less. She definitely got away with this shit. Hold on, we got hella comments coming through, man. We have hella comments. Everybody hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. Let me read some of the comments. You said they definitely see her through a rose-colored glass, as they say. 100%. You said it proves no medical condition, and she wasn't high. BS on pots. And again, remember, hold on.
Quote, she told me just the other day.
Wasn't just.
I'm going to back that up just so that we can have that good spot. But we're about to play, when we play this, Mackenzie admitted to Miss Russo that they weren't quote unquote fucked up. So fucked up means no booze, no shrooms, probably no weed, right? She already admitted that. Shit is, yeah. I mean, proves no medical condition and she wasn't high. Definitely wasn't high. So she couldn't go with that story. And in my opinion, that's why she probably just said she couldn't remember, because that would just be the most foolproof way to not get caught up. Because if she went with any direction, she probably would have gotten caught up because of what she already said to the Russo family, to the police, to the teachers, to anybody, right? So logically, in Mackenzie's head, she's just going to say like, okay, I just don't remember anything. That's what I think happened. You said Mackenzie's mind state, she's still a teenager. Okay. Tina Edward, thank you for the membership. Welcome in, welcome in. Hold on, we got more super chats. You said just for expressing your opinion on that 10. I appreciate you, RK. And we have a Jim in the chat as well. Welcome in, a Jim. We have Wanda with a 5. You said, I don't think she was trying to kill them / herself. I think she was playing chicken. She deserves to be exactly where she is. She could have been playing chicken, bro. But I think she was trying to kill them only because of that impact. The way the car crashed directly into the corner of that building, I think she was trying to kill them. I think it was evil intention. I don't think it was I'm playing chicken and oh my god, I accidentally killed them. That's a whole different conversation to have. I think she was trying to kill them and maybe survive. And if she didn't, then fuck it. You said I'm here. I appreciate you, a Jim. Welcome in. Everybody shout, all the mods, Lisa, a Jim, and anybody else I missed. Marley's in here as well, I believe. Yeah, there's Marley. We have Marley in the building. Shout out all the moderators. If I missed anybody, make sure you shout them out. Anyways, I'm kind of getting lost in the sauce. So let's just keep going and let's just hear what they had to say. But we're gonna continue off at where at the point where she says I forgot.
An OVI, that there was something else.
She told me just the other day that they were.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're continuing off at the part where she's basically saying that Mackenzie admitted to her that nobody was fucked up in the car, which makes things so much worse for her, in my opinion.
Fucked up. I asked her, why didn't you?
Here we go. All right, here we go.
Indicated that you thought this wasn't just an OVI, that there was something else.
She told me just the other day that they weren't fucked up. I asked her, why didn't you ask me to come get you? And she said, we weren't fucked up or anything. Quote unquote. I don't have it in writing. I only have it orally said to me at the cemetery. So that's what she said.
Do you still believe that theory that there was something?
And OVI, I'm assuming, is just DUI. OVI stands for operating a vehicle impaired. Yeah, it's DUI. Why does Ohio call everything differently from everybody else? It's kind of annoying. They called some other shit like something else, and I was confused. I was like, what are they talking about? Like, I don't know why. Oh, it was hit and run. They call it hit and clip or some stupid shit. Like, why are you guys changing it? Do you want to be special? Like, I don't get it, bro. What's going on in Ohio? That's my biggest, like, what's going on in Ohio? That's my biggest question.
More sinister than, any type of impairment involved?
The only thing that
OVI. The fuck is that?
I don't know if there's a lot of rumors. I think a lot of people are lying about things.
You said Ohio's
my
weird.
understanding from one of the kids, the dad that you talked to, that stated that she was sleeping and all that and all. I don't even know if that dad was there.
He wasn't. The dad was in New York.
So so I don't know how he could state that, but
he's getting that from his son's statement.
Right.
Okay.
You said I live in Northeast Ohio. The police definitely don't have a reputation for jamming up white girls. Right? So why would they be going after her? Right? Why would they be good? Exactly. That's a good comment. Thank you, Plant. Plant. I'm gonna call you Plant. They don't have a they don't have a reputation for jamming up white girls, right? Right? So why would there be some big conspiracy to get Mackenzie? It doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense. Why would they be trying to get Mackenzie specifically? Oh, because Miss Russo has all these strings tied to the police station? Man, that sounds like fan fiction to me. That sounds like fanfic.
The son, the kid came here, in fact, in this exact room with the parents, and the kid said he went to sleep.
Okay.
But
no, I thought they said Kenzie.
Okay, so this is where it starts getting worse, right? So they start talking about the other kids not even cooperating. Mind you, this was just some tragic accident that the Shirillas are trying to say, right? But then the kids at the party before won't even cooperate. Why wouldn't they cooperate if this is some type of a tragic accident? Why not? Why wouldn't you? We want to get to the bottom of it, don't we?
Son, the kid came here, in fact, in this exact room with the parents, and the kid said he went to sleep.
Okay.
But
No, I thought they said Kenzie was sleeping.
yeah, the kid
Okay.
said he went to sleep at 1. He woke up around 3 to use the bathroom, and she was asleep while everybody else was watching South Park. And so, unfortunately, that we haven't been able to corroborate because everybody who was at the party is very uncooperative, and they practically lawyered up and refused.
Why the fuck would they lawyer up? Bubba, Rosie, Blair, Hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you lawyer up? That doesn't make any sense. This is a tragic accident that we need to get to the bottom of because we are emotionally gut wrenched. No. They lawyer up immediately. Man, fuck you, Natalie. You lying bit. I mean, what? I'm telling you, bro. The Shirillas are a lot more evil than you think. They try to act like there's some, some lost idiots, and they just don't know what's happening. Like, ooh, what's happening? Where am I? No, trust me, they're a lot more evil than they portray themselves to be.
Everybody who was at the party is very uncooperative, and they practically.
You say you eat while watching me? Shout you out, man. Man, listen, that means we've actually made it. If we have people eating dinner and watching the stream, because that's some shit I be doing with other YouTubers. You said you're the only person I follow I actually watch and eat the whole meal. Shout you out, Kimberly. Kimberly B. Hilarious. Nah, locked in. We appreciate you. Everybody shout out Kimberly. Super locked in. That means we low-key fam at this point.
Lawyered up and refusing to talk. The only kid who voluntarily talked to us from Dominic and Mackenzie's friends was Blair. And Blair spoke to me in the presence of his.
We got a lot of folks eating dinner. I know Lisa be eating dinner too. She be cooking and watching. The shout out, man, listen, shout out to all my office people, all the folks cooking and shit, all the people watching me while cleaning. You guys are top tier, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You guys are top tier. It's crazy to even think that I'm like in people's headsets while they're doing shit. Crazy. You know what I mean? Shout you guys out, bro.
And he wasn't very forthcoming. And I kind of put that in my report. I told him, Miss Russo said you're one of Dominic's best friends.
Well, he said that you sat there and thought that they were going to all commit suicide together. That's ridiculous.
No, we did not say that. That's not what we said.
No, we didn't say that. We said Mackenzie's probably a suicidal bitch. That's what we said, Miss Russo. We didn't say everybody was suicidal. We said Mackenzie was a suicidal bitch. That's what we were saying, Miss Russo.
Asked him if he knew. I was inquiring whether he had any information that Dominic might have told him, like, hey, Kenzie's crazy, she might have done this.
Like, hey, Mackenzie's a suicidal bitch. You know what I mean? That's what we were trying to figure out, Miss Russo. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we were not, nobody thought what type of a kid who is making money, regardless of how he's making it, got you living life, driving cars. What type of kid is thinking about that? No, it's Mackenzie. And then they're going to come on Free Mackenzie Shirilla on Facebook and talk about how she's the innocent one. She's the only person who didn't have anything going for herself. Everybody else went to college. Even dumb fuck Bubba, I think, went to some shit, but he dropped out. Rosie went to some bullshit. She probably dropped out. I'm not too sure. Of course, that was expected. They're idiots. Okay, cool, whatever. I dropped out, so what am I to say? They're idiots, right? Mackenzie was the only person who had absolutely nothing to do after high school. And you want to say like, oh, Dom was the one who might have been no. It was Mackenzie. Mackenzie would be the one who was suicidal, suicidal, if you will. Hold on. We got you said happy 4th of July. Also, fun fact, Jinx is my tortoiseshell cat. What? Tortoiseshell cat? She's my baby and my sweetest girl ever. Tortoiseshell. Man, listen. Shout out the cat, though. Shout out Jinx. I appreciate you, gang. Interesting cat. Hold on. Let's see what type of cat it is. Hold on. Let me actually do something real quick. Thank you for the big 10. We're going to see what type of cat you have right now because I jacked that name up so crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a pretty ass fucking cat. That's a pretty cat. Oh, I thought we were going to get the Google audio translation of it. But, oh well. Shout you out with the big 10, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, man. Shout them out.
This, or she might have, I'm afraid for my life with
She
her.
is. You should talk to my son Angela. I mean, that's the problem. She threatened him.
Hold on. I lost my damn. Okay, here we go. Oh, we have members as well. We got Emma with an 8-month membership. You said AG is fire, Mackenzie is poop. Shout you out, Emma. Rollis Duck, thank you for the membership as well. And we have a gifted membership as well from Rollis Duck. Man, shout y'all out. Hit the like button hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Big shout out to y'all so far, man. You said that looks like my kitty. You said I had it right the first time. Oh, I had it right the first time? Okay, cool. I was overthinking it. You said, yep, that's my baby girl. RIP, sweet mama. Oh, you guys had a bunch. Okay, a bunch of y'all had that type of cat. Yeah, man. I just know, you said, do I miss Izzy? I just know the cat is taken care of, so I'm not worried, if that makes sense. I do miss the cat, but I'm not by any means worried at all, so I'm sure she's fine. She was cool to have. She was never my cat. If it was my cat, then I would be fucked up over it. But she was never mine. So, she was mine, but she wasn't. Like the person who had her, who I was with, had her forever. So it's like I never had any rights. You know what I mean? I never had any rights to the cat in terms of just like having it. So he said, "Did you get my email with the decoded gibberish calls?" Dr. Vanna, I got a bunch of those emails. I'm gonna check them out. I just haven't posted any yet. He said, "What's up, AG?" Lily, welcome in, Lily. All right, cool. Let's keep going.
Constantly, I told you it was 1 week before we had to pick him up on the highway when she threatened to crash the car. Then. Okay.
You said it was a
It's not.
stepcat.
I was on with Dom. She sat there and texted me. Dom was out of control. Dom was very calm. Said, "Mom, you need to come get me. He's threatening to crash the
We
car."
did see those.
Yeah, that's one of the things we wanted to bring up was that text conversation between you and her, and then her and Dom. We got two sides of it. Did Dom tell you that he grabbed the wheel and jerked it like she alleged?
No.
Okay, so when you're on the phone with Dom, to your knowledge, he never grabbed the wheel. It was just her freaking out.
Right. They were on the side of the road, and
Okay.
she said, "I'm calling the police if you don't get him." And I said, I'm on the phone saying she can call the police all she wants, but we are on our way. What are the police gonna do? Okay. So that was that. They were on the side of the road.
What
they
started
were not
that
driving.
fight? You don't know?
You said, why is the volume low? Oh, I could turn it up. My bad.
On the police gonna do? She can call the police all she wants, but we are on our way. What are the police gonna do?
So mind you, she's talking about the incident where Mackenzie blames Dom for trying to kill her on the highway. And I feel like that's kind of ironic because this is like a week before she actually murders Dom on the road, not the highway, right? But this happened basically a week before she killed them. So I feel like this is probably premeditated all the way back until now, right? The time where she was trying to blame Dom because that's her forte right there. She'll blame everybody for something she did and try to get them in trouble. So it seemed like this is premeditated all the way back from here. Not gonna lie to you. You said some of us get lit with you. You're the best, AG. Hugs to beautiful angels. Shout you out, Anna. Thank you so much with the big 6.99 in the chat. Shout out, Anna, man. We appreciate you. You said, LOL, I have new emojis, I think. Oh, if you're a new member, you do. And we have Marcia Leper. Leper? I'm gonna call you Marcia. Marcia, thank you for the big 20. And you said happy 4th, y'all. Shout you out, man. Happy 4th of July, man. It is a beautiful thing. Thank you for the big 20. Thank you for the big 20.
Okay. So that was that. They were on the side of the road.
What
they were
started
not
that
driving.
fight? You don't know.
The
And I
suicide.
didn't get involved just because I always said that I don't want to have my kids not or think that I don't like her, I didn't like her or whatever. So then so that they wouldn't, be able to come to me. I just said, Dom, I know you're gonna get back together. I'm not getting in the middle. I just said, no, all I kept saying was there never should be fighting in the car. That's all I said. You
I
don't
mean,
fight in the car.
that's fair. That's
Okay.
fair.
And I didn't even in detail read her bullshit and her rants because I don't really give a shit what she had to say at that point.
Okay. So just to clarify, me looking into the possibility that there was a potentially suicide involved on her behalf, not just recklessness, is based on the presumption that there was something more sinister than an OVI. And I kind of got that from you. I consider you to be more reliable than the average, given your profession and the fact that you kind of are experienced within the legal system. So when you tell me, hey, this is not just an OVI, I'm going to give it some more thought. And so I was hoping that some of the friends would say, hey, yeah, you know what? Dom did in private text me, that, hey, she's crazy, she.
And I feel like that's like people turning their back on Dom, because why the fuck wouldn't you basically explain to the police officers how this girl has been acting the entire time? Instead, you lawyer up. It makes me feel like they had something to do with it too. Like, what did you have to do with it that you had to go get a lawyer to talk to us about something, a crime that Mackenzie committed? It's so strange. It's like, did Dom even have real friends out of those people? Probably not. They were probably Mackenzie's friends, and it's starting to show. Like, this shit is crazy. The only person who was actually like a friend was probably like Houston or something, because he stood up for Davion. Probably a real friend to Davion. When it came to Bubba, dumbass Bubba, quickly got on the side of Mackenzie. I thought you were Davion's friend. So I don't know. It's just weird. It's interesting how people change up on you. It's wild. It really is. Lakeside Lawyer, thank you for the 10, man. You said you're a #1 fan. Lakeside, everybody shout out Lakeside Lawyer. Throw out some hearts for the super chatters, man. Golden hearts in this bitch. We got Eugene. You said finally live. Salute us from Spain. You're the funniest guy on YouTube. Thank you so much, brother. Yo, shout you out, brother. I appreciate you, man. Shout you out. Shout out Spain. We got people all over the world watching this shit. It's crazy. Appreciate you, Sharon Land. You said no one has asked why Natalie told the Russos she was in a coma for days. Wasn't she in a coma? She wasn't? I don't know. Natalie, anything Natalie says you have to take with a grain of salt. That bitch be lying. She lies just as much as her daughter. That bitch be lying her ass off. Lying her ass off. You said it definitely is wild how people change up on you. Nah, crazy, right? It's like you're dead now. and your bitch ass friend supposedly goes and hops on the Mackenzie Shirilla wave and tries to defend her. Wild work, bro. And I could see if they thought that she genuinely had like some type of deniability to doing this stuff. There's nothing. It makes me feel like the Mackenzies or the Shirillas had a lot of influence on those kids. Probably called them, probably texted them, probably had little group chat meetings with them. Yeah, no, we're gonna save my daughter.
Try to do this, and maybe Blair just doesn't want to
Don's
talk.
not a real, you have to understand, he doesn't do a lot of social media, he doesn't do a lot of texting, even him and I, it's more on the phone where you pick up the phone and talk. So he would not be texting friends that. I do know, which again would be hearsay, that Blair said that she has driven crazy before, he never liked her driving. I asked him if you had gotten into that.
I asked and he said
Maybe he
once.
misunderstood. Well, I don't know that Don drove a lot. Don was a very safe, slow driver. I mean, so not that he hasn't gotten a speeding ticket here and there on the highway. I'm not saying that. But after my surgery, it was a lot easier for me to drive with him than my other son. Just because I was in so much pain, and he was just really more like an old man driving than, Angelo. So, and not anything against Ange, but that's just he's more jerky of a driver, than Dom was. It could be the vehicle too, but
when I ask those questions,
Well, I mean, that's his mom, so of course she's gonna say he's a good driver and he's not as fast. But listen, there's a difference between being a teenage driver or a young driver doing some dumb shit and being Mackenzie. That bitch was on the verge of sewer slidle. She was on the verge of that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I would never hop in the car with that bug-eyed Mr. Bean ass looking bitch. Never in my life. You got me fucked up. I already learned my lesson. Get in the car with certain people, you might not get back out of it. Shit is crazy. You think I get in the car with that crazy bitch? Fuck no. I'll take the bus. We have Justina. Justina, thank you for the membership, man. Welcome in to Justina, man. Shout you out.
to Blair. First of all, Blair was very off. Clearly, his mom with the attorney were, we had the interview at the attorney's house, which is a bit unusual. But I asked him if he was a passenger ever with Mackenzie driving. He said once. I'm like, I kind of found that hard to believe, that you've only driven once. And I asked him if he had any concerns about his safety, because again, other people have said, or through the rumor mill, we got the whole idea that she's a reckless driver. Some kids didn't feel safe with her, including her best friend Rosie, who her dad wouldn't let us, talk to her. She wouldn't talk to us. Landon Turner wouldn't talk to us. All these people who were at the party that night, with the exception of Paul Burlinghouse.
But of course, Natalie's going to say it's all love and peace and prosperity, right? Love, peace, and prosperity to all families. I love everybody. Peace and unity. World peace, right? That's what Natalie's going to say. When you have people like Rosie suddenly getting a lawyer, not talking. Landon suddenly getting a lawyer, not talking. Who do you think organized that shit and got those kids to shut the fuck up? Man, listen. But she's gonna be like, "Oh no, we wish we could embrace them, but it's the story. Oh, the story got so crazy. We couldn't even embrace them anymore. No, you made the story crazy. You caused that rift between the families. Shit is crazy. But it's kind of interesting, right? Because you hear it on this side, and now you're starting to understand why the Russo family kind of hates these people. We have Aileen with a $5 super chat. You said, I tell my daughter Mackenzie she has to hear you say, oh, Kinsey, love from U.S. Virginia Islands, man. Sorry, Virgin Islands. Shout you out, Aileen. I appreciate you. And we have March with a 2. You said, Mackenzie said, if I can't have Dom, no one can. That's what I really think it is, bro. I really think it's that. She was spiteful enough to get rid of him because he was about to get rid of her. And she didn't give a fuck whether or not she was sent to the heavens or not. I should say to the hells.
Nobody else is talking. And all of them kind of either involved their parents and or lawyers.
You said, hey, I love your show. What's up, Hope? I appreciate you, Hope. I say, shut up and sit down, Shirilla. What if it was Mackenzie who died and not those two young men? It'd be 1000% flipped and they'd be raising hell, in my opinion. No, they wouldn't be erasing. No, you know why it wouldn't be flipped? Because if the car crashed and those two boys survived, Mackenzie still would have been the driver. It just would have been a sad story. It wouldn't have been nothing because they don't have the type of history. The story wouldn't have been flipped, not just because the two boys survived, they would have been in trouble. Mackenzie was a horrible person. That's why it was very easy to understand why that could be intentional. We go to Dom and Davion. Uh, we survived. Thank God. That crazy bitch is dead now. Oh well, nobody was gonna jump on them. That it wouldn't have went that way.
And so we're kind of, at this point, the prosecutor, I did let Tim know, and Tim took their names, and chances are they're going to be subpoenaed for a grand jury. And
You said my audio's low. I turned it up, so it should be louder now.
so are they going to talk? Yeah, eventually they're going to talk. Maybe not to me, but they're going to have to answer some questions to Tim, and we're relaying all that
How does that
information.
work?
You said the folks who were at Paul's the night before the crash, Mackenzie, Dom, Blubber, Rosie, Paul, Dom, and Davion, took a before and after video of themselves on mushrooms and possibly a double cup drank. Yeah, no, that's fine, but that was the night before. Like, everybody was sober the night driving home in like 5 a.m. That's what Mackenzie attested to. So either way, doesn't matter if they took mushrooms. And I think Mackenzie admitted that she never did take the mushrooms that night. It had nothing to do with it. And she admitted that, and we know for a fact that she didn't have it because her toxicology report didn't have any psilocybin in her bloodstream. So, fuck Mackenzie. That bitch was sober. But Tay, thank you for the Big 10, though. We appreciate you.
We're juveniles. Are these juveniles?
No, they're 18 now.
Okay.
Yes, they're off to college. So Rosie's in OU.
It seemed like Mackenzie was one of the younger friends in that group, and she turned like 3 days after the accident.
Right.
So I think everybody else had turned just before her.
Right. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. They're the parents are also, some of the parents don't want to get in the middle of this, but I think these kids who are at the Burling house that night have important information to tell us.
Yeah, none of them are.
Yo, we got Marcia with a membership. Gifted. Everybody, whoever got that gifted membership, shout out Marcia because she's a real one, man. Hold on. We got 9 new memberships, man. Who's going to be the 10th? Shout you out, Marcia. We appreciate you.
And you have to realize Dom and Davion went because of Kenzie.
Right.
I mean, well, Davion might have known the people because he just graduated, but
We know Kenzie and Rosie planned that night because
Right.
Rosie and Burlinghouse are like best friends.
okay.
So they were
So I
there
mean-
on behalf of
Right.
Mackenzie.
So,
So
I mean,
Dom
he
was
wouldn't be
tagging
friends
along.
with- right. Yeah, exactly.
And Dom was tagging along. So we are, we did ask those questions, and again, nobody's willing to talk. It's all hearsay. Hey, so and so says, Kenzie is a bad driver. We never want to be in the car with her. But
A couple people. told
nobody
us that, but
came up and said 1, 2, 3. We had 4 or 5 people who came in voluntarily, gave statements, and they were good statements. But the people we wanted to talk to, they kind of put up those roadblocks. So I noticed that there were some text exchanges between you and Mackenzie, and a lot of times, at some point there was
The fact that they have to go around these kids to the mom after he's dead because Mackenzie's friends don't want to be helpful, man, they should be in a third world country and try that shit and see how that shit works out, motherfucker. Man, you got people from the village trying to take you out. You're lucky you live in America doing that shit. Man, there would have been some justice happening. out here acting like you don't know nothing, like you don't want to talk. After you know specific details that could have led to, man, get the man. That made me lose a lot of respect for Bubba and Rosie, because at first I was like, okay, maybe they're kids and they're just trying to be like, they're trying to be loyal to like one friend group. But when you get in the way of an investigation, nah, bro, fuck you. You guys are weird. We have Rollis Duck with a gifted membership. Ooh, shout out Rollis Duck. Thank you so much. You said from a newer member at Sharon, turn me on to your channel. Yo, Grampy won with a $10 super chat. Man, listen, shout out Sharon and shout you out, Grampy, with the super chat. Appreciate y'all, bro. Nah, Sharon's been a member for a minute too. Shout both of you guys out. I appreciate the support, guys. Seriously. Hold on, I'm not utilizing my camera enough. I appreciate the support, y'all. Sharon, Grampy, shout y'all out, bro. Appreciate y'all. Hold on, we got more super chats too. We have Casual Art in the building. Casual Art, we appreciate you. 10 gifted memberships in the building. Listen, if y'all don't throw some hearts out for Casual Art, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're doing. You're a fucking hater if you don't do it. Shout her out. Shout her out, man. Throw some golden hearts out for her. Shout you out, man. Shout out Casual Art for the 10 gifted memberships. We got Wooly with a 5. You said Nat and Steve stated MS wasn't suicidal. Mackenzie Shirilla. Whenever you guys do acronyms, I start fucking up. You said Natalie and Steve stated that Mackenzie wasn't as suicidal, yet Steve called 911 about her possibly committing suicide before the wreck. I mean, we've talked about this before. They're the most contradicting family on the planet. I couldn't imagine my father being such a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. Thank the heavens that my father was not a bitch like Steve Shirilla. I'm gonna just say it like that, gang. It's crazy to think about. It's really crazy. Imagine, and then she's over here threatening SSI and all these crazy actions and shit, and he's gonna call the police and say, "Well, my daughter's threatening to hurt herself. I don't know what my options are." That shit is crazy to me. That I ain't gonna lie, that shit is crazy. Anyways, let's keep going. Oh shit, hold on. We got Jumpsuit Pablo in this bitch. Hold on, I'm seeing icons in this shit. I thought I saw his icon. If y'all don't shout out Jumpsuit Pablo, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you go subscribe. This motherfucker's out and about, sending the whole Uncle Alert out here. We about to hit status, man. We're almost 30. Man, listen, shout out Jumpsuit Pablo, man. A real one out here in these YouTube streets. Shout him out. Big JSP in the building. Sending the Uncle Alert. We appreciate him, man. Shout him out. Make sure y'all subscribe because he's got some shit in the pipeline. Y'all don't even know yet. Make sure. I said it here first. Make sure y'all subscribe. Anyways, all right, let's keep it going, man. We got a lot to cover, gang. I'm gonna try to shut the fuck up and get some of this video behind us. Oh, damn. Hold on. This is my last. All right, I'm gonna read this super and we're gonna push forward. You said, "Hey, AG, it's Liz again." And oh shit. Hell yeah. You said, "Hey, it's Liz again and my boyfriend Elias." Oh, Ellis. And my boyfriend Ellis, not Elias, is here. But happy 4th. And you're so funny. We're dying at the Steve Shirilla impression. I mean, the impersonation. Listen, I can't help myself, bro. That boy Steve got some ish. Man, that boy, I love me a dumpster fire. Ellis and Lexi. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Not Lexi, Liz. Liz and Ellis. I love me a good dumpster fire. And Steve Shirilla is probably the best dumpster fire I've seen since Paul Ferguson. No bullshit. He's been the best. I'm talking fuel, energy, burning. The best dumpster fire I've ever seen since probably Paul Ferguson. Crazy work.
I love you exchanges, so maybe she felt comfortable. But can you tell me what the relationship was like between Dom and Kenzie?
Well, Dom was kind of more private with me regarding their arguments, but my son Angelo said that she would threaten him all the time.
How old's Angelo now?
23 or 24.
Okay. And Chris is 26?
6, yeah. And how this all came up, so the background. I didn't like.
Oh, they're gonna start cutting audio. It's gonna be about 5 minutes of a couple of audio cuts, but while the audio's cutting, I could read chat. Fuck it, I gotta get better at reading chat myself. Casual Art with 10 gifted memberships. Listen, how many memberships do we have? We have 30 new memberships and 20 are by Casual Art. If y'all don't prop her up and shout her out to the heavens, I don't know what you're doing. Shout you out, Casual Art. We appreciate you. Everybody, if you're randomly a member out of nowhere, it's probably Casual Art. We appreciate you. Top dog in this bitch. I don't know, man, listen. If you're not spamming green hearts in the chat, I don't know what you're doing.
And he would say that all Dom's problems were because of her and him being upset. And
oh shit, it's fucking popping out again, bro. I'm sorry, guys. We're just gonna let it ride. But I think she's just talking about personal information, low key. So it's nothing that we really need to be privy to in general. Oh, we have Lori Johnson. Okay, Miss Lori Johnson. Let me see. I'm trying to see the profile pic. Shout out Miss Lori Johnson in this bitch with a big $10 super chat. We appreciate you, ma'am. Much love to you. Shout her out, folks. Miss Lori Johnson.
You know what I mean? And I just
that made it easier to like her because you didn't
and
feel
she was
like
always
she was
right, and she came over for holidays, and they'd include me and things like that, and I just figured maybe she just needs to grow up. She's young. I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that it's gonna come to this.
That's unfortunate, bro.
What were your...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's mad unfortunate. See, this is why, man, if I ever had a kid, I don't know what I would do, bro. But if he's caught up with a girl like Mackenzie, man, all you could do is do your best and try to warn them, because you can't tell them to stop. They're gonna want to do it more. That's what I feel like a lot of parents don't understand. And she probably understood that. But you tell them don't do it, they're going to want to do it more, especially on some relationship shit. So it's just so unfortunate that this succubus was able to get her hands on Dom, because that shit is just shit.
Vibes, your motherly instincts. What did you feel around Kenzie, especially in the presence of Dominic? Was she genuine, or
She was everything that you can tell by her. Everything's all about her. If you notice, prom pictures.
Listen to this shit. She couldn't even get no pictures without this bitch on top of them.
Time we try to get a picture, she's all over my son, so I can't even get one without her in it. Yeah. He catered to her. She claimed she had a gluten-free problem or something, and I would make dinner, and then I would be questioned on, was the stuff okay for her diet because her stomach,
and that's bullshit. Let me ask you a question real quick, folks. Let me ask you a real quick question, right? Do you think that Mackenzie, Miss Puffy Face, hold on. Do you think that Mackenzie, Miss Puffy Face right here, I'm talking, she gained a little weight, ain't she? You know what I'm saying? She got a little chubby in the cheeks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Good. Hell yeah, right? Do you think that Mackenzie, Miss Chubby Cheeks in the Face, is having a gluten-free diet in prison? Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, bro. Oh, she had a stomach issue. Oh, no, she had a very detrimental stomach issue. Do you think she has a gluten-free diet in prison? Man, man, listen, bro. I'm going to tell you one thing, bro. This girl, she felt like she was a model from LA that was making model money. That's what she really felt like she was. That's the life that she felt like she was living, bro. Shit is.
Didn't have everything that would have complied with her stomach diet, whatever it was. I never.
Oh no, not the stomach diet. Listen, I feel so bad for Miss Russo and trust me, Natalie was in the background supporting the fuck out of it. Like, oh yeah, no, she can't eat that. It's going to kill her. No, she'll die if she eats that. Natalie was in the background supporting the fuck out of it. Fuck out of my face, bro. This shit is so ridiculous. Ridiculous. And listen, folks, we got so much members in this thing. We got Jumpsuit Pablo himself, folks. The one and only. You know what I'm saying? We got Jumpsuit Pablo with 5 gifted memberships, man. Shout them out. If y'all seeing some random memberships in your inbox, make sure you shout out Casual Art, shout out Jumpsuit Pablo, and all the gifted memberships. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are going crazy. Everybody shout out Jumpsuit Pablo, man. Throw some hearts out for him. And we got the station just buying their own membership. Okay, station, the station 101. Welcome in as well. I appreciate y'all, man. You guys are showing super love out here, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming out. Hit the like button, bro. I appreciate y'all. Let's keep it going though. We got a lot of this interview. And we have 2,000 people in chat. Crazy. Welcome in.
Believed that he would cook for her separate.
Going crazy. Hold on. And we have a gift. Man, listen, if I miss anybody, it's because chat is moving a mile a minute. Actually, I could slow chat down. I'm going to do that soon. I'm going to actually slow chat down right now. But Zabam, thank you for the gift as well, man. And if I miss you, I am so sorry. Chat is moving insane right now. You said, dude, it's like sparks flying off in chat. I am telling you, bro. I guess we pushing 4th of July, bro. Listen, some of y'all gonna get your kiss under the fireworks. I'm gonna be making content. We live different lives, bro. These are my fireworks. Nah, but to all you guys who are going out for the 4th of July, fuck yeah. I'm gonna probably do a little cookout. I might go live a little bit during the cookout. A little family shit. If it's too family, I'm not gonna record it. So we'll see. Oh, we got Casual Art with another 5 gifted, man. Listen, shout out to y'all, bro. Casual Art, I see you, girl. I see you.
And she's a slob. She never cleaned. Her mother's house is a slob. My house isn't the greatest either. But I'm just saying, it's just, if Dom's gonna cook for you, do the dishes. Clean up after yourself. Do you know what?
Okay, so we're talking about her stomach issue. Let me just back it up 2 ticks. Here we go. 1, 2.
With her stomach diet, whatever it was, I never believed it. He would cook for her separate. Always. And
Dom is cook. Man, fuck Mackenzie, bro. Man, listen. Invite me, I love. But man, listen, bro. I'm telling you, gang. If you at Jumpsuit Pablo said, "Invite me, I love burgers," bro. If you're officially invited to the cookout, boy. Shit. You'll leave the cookout with 2 extra plates. Stop fucking around, man. Come out here to SoCal. Stop playing with me. We'll get you right. We'll get you right. Nah, but I'm serious though.
she's a slob. She never cleaned. Her mother's house is a slob. My house isn't the greatest either, but I'm just saying, it's just, if Dom's gonna cook for you, do the dishes. Clean up after yourself. Do you know what I mean? That sort of a thing. But everything was always about her. I mean, like I said, even with her parents. I want you to know that her aunt works for Bill,
What?
Doug, Brill,
Bro?
Mill. I have to ask David. I'm not sure exactly what the lawyer's name is. It's a Lorain County lawyer, but she's the one that set up the GoFundMe.
She
Yeah,
works
we're
for
aware of
them.
that.
Okay.
Yes, so while Kenzie was in the hospital, they were already making up stories.
Right.
Okay, as to what happened. But the deer, the epilepsy, the seizure, down to
seizure. It doesn't make sense, you see? You need some ball knowledge for that one. No. No, incarni? No, it doesn't sound like that. No, because seizure is hard to say. Incarni is seizure. It's too many Z's. It's too many Z's. She didn't say she wanted to lie and say she had a seizure. It doesn't make sense. Man, listen, bro. And you remember, Natalie hits those points home every single interview. And you mean to tell me that shit wasn't that shit didn't actually, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you're not getting past me. You're not getting past me with that. Oh no, it's way too many Z's. Fuck, shut the.
he was in the hospital, they were already making up stories.
Right.
Okay, as to what happened. But the deer, the epilepsy, the seizure, down to a bunch of other stuff. I had not breathed a word about the mushroom story, not a word to anybody. But I had already heard, oh, well, those had to be Dom's because she was a juvenile and she was holding his drugs because she was a juvenile. If anybody knows Dom would take a hit before he would put somebody else in harm's way. So,
And we've seen that, right? There were some drugs bro. Listen, I don't know why I'm talking like these 50-year-old parents. There was some weed in his trunk. He had a 1/4 ounce in his trunk. Did you see him blame anybody else? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, so, I mean, this is all proven. This is not something that we have to. We've seen police cam with this kid dealing with the police. And we've seen police cam with Mackenzie dealing with the police. And you just tell me which one did it. Since we want to play that game. Right? Ooh, maybe Dom pulled the steering wheel because now a lot of people are saying that maybe Dom was the reason. So we want to play that game, right? Let's just take the police body cam that's been released by Plunder and let's just do a little comparison. Which one did it? Man, shit. Hold on. We got more shit happening though. You said from Sharon Kirkland and Grampy 1 Roses. Yo, I appreciate the both of y'all, man. Thank you, Grampy, for the 10. Appreciate the both of y'all, and thank you guys for tuning in. The fact that you guys just be watching my shit on the regular is crazy, bro. Man, shout y'all out, bro. Big shout out to you guys. We got Trina Perez with a $5 super chat as well. Thank you, Trina. Big Trina in the building. Hold on now. Who am I missing? I'm trying to read chat. Miss Benchman with a membership. Welcome in, ma'am. You said she can't even spell seizure. Did you guys see that time when they were trying to spell? What were they trying to spell? High. It was high something. High. They were trying to spell something, right? And Natalie, but listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm the best speller in the world, okay? They thought I had dyslexia when I was younger. I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna stand here and claim that I'm the best speller in the world. But god damn it, it was like a word like hospital. It was like spelling the word hospital, and Natalie was like, "Ooh, no, so sometimes I have to write it out." I don't know. I forgot what word it was, but listen, Natalie's as dumb as a bag of fucking rocks, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's coming from somebody who's not the best at spelling. Fuck. Anyways, it was eventually, right? Was it eventually? Listen, it was some elementary word. And that bitch said she needed to write it out. She wasn't sure. I'm not over here to shame anybody. Literacy is a real listen, literacy is very needed, okay? I advocate for literacy, and I think that Natalie might need to brush up on some. Anyway, we have Marley with some gifted memberships, man. Marley's going crazy as well. Shout you out for the support, the continuous support, man. Shout out Marley and everybody who got those memberships. We're up to like 50. We're up to 48 new members, and that's because of you, Marley. Thank you. We have Hula Z Girl with a $10 super chat. No comment, no nothing, just vibes. Okay. Miss Hula. Am I saying that right? Hula's Girl. Hula's Girl. Thank you so much, man. You guys listen, bro. You said for you and Angel, you're the cute. For you and Angel, you cuties. Shield. Chill, 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 chill. Nah, I appreciate you. Shields, we appreciate you. Shield Maiden with a big 10. Okay, all right, all right. You know, see, I kind of shaved up for y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to do my best, you know? Nah. I appreciate you, Shield. Yeah, I'm out here doing my best, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, Oh, we have Gerda. Oh, wait, Gerda, I forgot to congratulate you for 34 months as well. Gerda, I forgot, man. Gerda's been a member for 30 some months. I'm going to say 30 some. Thank you for the gifted memberships and thank you for the 30 some months, Gerda. From South Africa. You know what I'm saying? Representing. All right. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's do it.
This is all that's been fabricated. Per Tim's request, and I mean, I feel bad. Know the girl forever. I mean, I can't imagine what she's feeling like. Whether she did it on purpose, as she claims, she knows nothing. She remembers nothing, and she did say.
You've kept in contact with her since?
Yes, she did say something that was pretty damning the other day.
What did she say?
Have you seen her in person or just over
I've just seen her twice at the cemetery.
Twice at the cemetery. How does she get there? Can she drive?
Her mother takes her in the.
Is she in a wheelchair still?
Yeah, she can only put weight on her left leg.
Okay.
And then she's supposed to start some physical.
And fuck her injuries. I'm gonna say that much too. Fuck her and fuck her injuries. I'm not even convinced that those injuries were serious like that for real. I'm not even convinced that she needs to be in that wheelchair for that long for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not convinced that nothing. Fuck her and fuck her injuries, bro.
Therapy.
Okay.
You said, oh, she totally remembers. Kinsey knows exactly what happened. Who said that? Exactly, Diana Lynn 2143. Exactly like what Diana Lynn 2143 said. Mackenzie knows exactly what happened. The problem is there was a delay between the time that she killed those boys, she came out of the hospital, and she got indicted with the whole court stuff and the police arrested her and all that shit, right? Between those times, I think she gave too many stories to too many different people. Maybe she didn't say exactly what happened during the moments of impact, but she gave some type of a story. She told Miss Russo already, we weren't even fucked up. Who knows what she told her friends, her coaches, her teachers, her mom, right? When it comes time to actually face the music and it's actually jail time, it's real life time, she thinks to herself and she says, I said way too many versions of this story. I'm just going to fall out and say, I can't remember. It was the pots. And hopefully I can skate by with that. That's what actually happened. I promise you that's what actually happened.
And then I've also kept in touch because she's dangling photos, she's dangling videos, and, you know, like where she just pieces one or two out instead of saying, I think you'd enjoyed it. Like we were at the cemetery and we had this bee problem between the two of us. I still have the bee problem. The bee people are coming today. But Dom had called me about the bees, and I don't know what she was recording, but it's all his voice, at least you know, because it has his voice. And so she finally sends me that one. But it's like, you know, she's just
Playing on your emotions.
yeah.
So where
You said AG do an interview with Natalie. She would never do an interview with me, and I'd be respectful. I wouldn't call her like a bitch or anything, but you know, I'd be fine. I'd be respectful, but she wouldn't do an interview with me. Never in her lifetime, ever. Why would she do it with me? Just to have all the hard questions come her way? She knows what's coming. She would never do that. That would be stupid for her. If she actually did that, I would think that she was stupider than she actually was for actually taking the interview. But that being said, Natalie, please come and do the interview. I would love to have you on. I'll treat you right. I'll treat you good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we have rolling along still with with 10 gifted memberships, man. We appreciate you rolling. Y'all shout out rolling with the 10 gifted memberships. Throw out some green hearts. We appreciate you rolling. You said that one chick, Chris. You said, I appreciate you. Much love from the Bay 408. Man, shout out my Bay Area baddies, man. That one chick, Chris. My Bay Area baddies. We appreciate y'all. Shout you out for the big $10, man. I used to live in the Bay. We appreciate you. You said, AG, did you hear the phone call where Mackenzie's friend Lily calls her lizard? So fitting for those buggy eyes. Really? I probably have to look that up. I have to look into that. I have to look into that. Plant girl for life. Thank you for the 25. I mean, she's a fucking bug. She's a reptile. That's what we gotta call Mackenzie from now on. The reptile Mackenzie. It's low test Steve. It's Nat Nat, and it's the reptile Mackenzie. That's the trifecta, the trilogy, the trio, the holy trinity. You know what I'm saying? The reptile Mackenzie. Fucking reptile. She has scales. She sheds once a month. That's the shit that Mackenzie do.
was she living the last few months?
Allegedly.
Oh, that was it. That was it. That was the whole conversation. Can find it. So she had been begging me to come over to the house because, you know, we live between the two houses because with Christopher's mental illness, Dom couldn't.
What did you say about Chris?
Christopher's this mental illness.
What's he gonna have going on?
He has he's been in and out of it.
All right, so she's about to get into family issues going on with Dom and Chris, the other son. So pay attention to that because Mackenzie likes to bring things up about Dom's family life. She says how Dom has mental problems and he likes to bang his head against the wall, and that's why this and that and the other. So Mackenzie likes to bring up sore topics. What Miss Russo's going to bring up is like the actual reality of what Dom lives with on the daily, right? She kind of explains why he lives in the back house instead of in his own room, why Mackenzie came over and started living with him, and all the other things, right? But Mackenzie, of course, she's going to use that against him. And that's why you see she calls him like a mentally disabled person who likes to hit his head against the wall and all these mean things. You're going to understand a little bit deeper. Let's check this out.
He's got live between the two houses because with Christopher's mental illness, Dom couldn't.
What did you say about Chris?
Christopher's this mental illness.
What's he got have going on?
He has he's been in and out of Oakview. He's
Okay.
got he imagines stuff like he called the police the one day claiming Don had threatened him, and we're all sitting there and the
Okay.
police are like,
And I don't want to get away
off
from what
track.
you were talking about, but I
But
did
he-
see. I want to touch on. There was some text about Dom and Chris having a rough relationship.
yeah, that's why Dom started sleeping a lot next door, even
Okay.
though he still maintained his room and lived with me. But because of that, like I said, Chris called the police on him several times. I'm sure you've got a record of it, claiming this and that. Now,
Okay.
the one day I was in the hospital, Dom was just outside, wanted to get back in to eat breakfast in the house. I have a broken window still from it. Christopher had locked him out and called the police and said Dom was outside threatening, which wasn't true. Then I'm there, I'm out of the hospital now. Chris calls again and says Dom threatened him. I'm sitting right there, and I'm like, whatever. Cops come, 4 deep or whatever. They talk to Chris. They eventually take him to Oakview because they had realized that he wasn't processing what was really happening.
Is he on meds?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get back to Kenzie.
So why I'm saying all
Yeah.
this was because she's begging me to go over there into that house where he had set up his business.
So basically, Mackenzie used the serious situation that Dom and his family were going through to insert herself into the family and live with him. Ain't that some shit? Like, oh no, well, can I at least can I at least stay in the back house with him? I feel like that's so manipulative, bro. And then she's going to come back and turn that around on him and say that he has mental problems and he likes to bash his head against the wall and do a whole bunch of shit. Weirdo behavior. That bitch is a weirdo. Just being honest. We have Moody Booby with a $5 super chat. We appreciate you, Moody. You said Natalie got Kenzie. Sorry, hold on. Let me expand my face here. You said Natalie got Kenzie before the police and told her to remember anything to protect her. Shirilla's live on Delulu Avenue. The Shirillas live, on Delulu Avenue. I think that's a possibility. I think that's a real possibility that Natalie got a hold of her and said, forget everything. You know, it's like the Men in Black. We'll neuralize you real quick. That's what Natalie probably told her, because what else are you going to do to save her? Right? You said 2,000 in chat, but only 1,000 likes. Y'all hit the... Yo, I appreciate you, Ashley. Everybody hit that like button and support the stream. Get us in the algorithm. We appreciate y'all. Hit the like button and shout out all the viewers, man. We have 2.1K. Insanity. We have Highness Rash B with a $5 super chat. If I fucked your name up, I'm so sorry. Haynes. I don't know. Haynes Raj. You said, I'm excited. I'm so excited to be a member now. Keep the cheeky commentary. You are the truth. Thank you so much for the 5, man. I appreciate you. You said Natalie knows quote unquote words like Kenzie knows modeling. Mackenzie was gonna be a bum brokey in a fucking studio apartment, never amounting to anything with that modeling career. I promise you, Mackenzie was never gonna be shit. Mackenzie's always talking shit about people like, ooh, they're so poor. Mackenzie, listen, your future was not looking too bright. Anyways, let's keep going.
Business and his studio and the things that he was doing, whatever with his job. And I said, I'm not touching that stuff. I don't know why she wants to, but then she wanted to take some of his clothes, and then I found out she had a bag of his clothes at her house, and then she says to me, well, I don't understand, why I couldn't go in there where I've been staying for the last 4 months or something, which gave you the living on the own thing. Okay, now mind you, mother, I check and see when the car comes home. I check and see what's there.
And we
The
see
night
that,
of the incidents, I had assumed he was home, his car was there. They don't rarely would take Kenzie's car. Now they did take it to Florida because she has the better gas mileage or whatever. The two of them went together with the mother, with her mom. But
the two of them went together with the mother. She hates that family. I ain't gonna lie to you. The two of them went together with the mother. Yeah, yeah. The mother is Natalie, but you can't really call her like a real person because she's literally she's like a moron with like a couple of brain cells functioning. You don't really know if she's even a human or not. So you just call her the mother. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hold on, so when they drove to Florida, her mom was with them?
yeah, they traveled together. Yeah, in two separate cars though.
Yeah.
So they had two vehicles, so the mom could take the daughter.
The mom could take the daughter. She is trying to just completely disassociate. She is disgusted that she ever came into the vicinity of Natalie Shirilla. That's what it really is. Ew. That's how she feels right now.
Do different things
Gotcha.
at Universal, but they piggyback together.
Gotcha.
So, because I was nervous about that, I said, oh, geez, you know what I mean? They had planned this. I just got out of the hospital. This was like right around Easter. But then my ex and Angela went, so they met them down there too. So I had a little bit sense okay and kept in touch, and then they came home. But she says that I've been I've been staying there or living there for the last so many months. I have it in a text message since I don't know if your subpoena keeps going through
And
to back up after that.
gotcha. So you can confirm that she has stayed, even as a juvenile at the time, she has been staying outside her parents'
and the
house.
point of all of that is the fact that the mom never said, "Are the kids home?" She never checked in with me ever. The only time they would ever come over would be once in a blue moon to drop something off or to take pictures for some event. Do you know what I'm saying? But Kenzie, Dom took her to Polaris. Dom made sure she made it to school. Mom didn't do any of that. Okay.
It's crazy to think, we're getting a whole bunch of insights. Mom didn't even make sure she went to school. It was Dom. Man, listen, Natalie is anything but a mom. Natalie is the homegirl. Natalie is the homegirl that you can manipulate and cuss out every once in a while and kind of steal her dress and wear it instead of her and look better in it instead of her. That's the homegirl. Natalie's the homegirl. The homegirl that you don't respect. You fuck her boyfriend because you don't respect her and you just poach all the potential prospects for her. That's what Natalie is to Mackenzie. Imagine that. And that's your whole mom. That's your mother. Fuck.
So it was all Dom.
Shit is crazy. You said new to the channel and membership. Love your content. Thank you, Ashley. Welcome in, Ashley. You said that civil suit gonna hit like crack in the 80s. Man. If they I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but we'll see. You said Natalie was the Duff? No, seriously, bro. Natalie was the designated ugly fat friend, and you steal all the good things from her. You take it away from her. That's Natalie. Crazy word. Your show is the best. Say it like it is. Yo, Melissa. Appreciate you, ma'am. Let's keep going. Let's keep going because we get a lot of revelations in this bitch. We get a lot of revelations. You said she's the Duff for sure. Natalie would think she was the hottie back in the day. I've seen some pictures. I've seen one picture of Natalie when she was younger, and I can tell from that one picture that Natalie thought that she was the baddest bitch in the group. Girl, I got bad news for you, bro. I got bad news for you. You're anything but that. You look like a beaver. You ever see Natalie smile? With her like big teeth. You look like a beaver. Fuck out of here. I seen one picture. It's that same picture on Pinterest that she forgot to take down with her little friends and shit. She looked like she was probably early 40s, maybe late 30s. Bitch, you look like a beaver. You are not the leader of the friend group. Anyways, I just wanted to drop that. Knowledge for y'all. We have Waste with 10 gifted memberships. I don't know what you're doing, man, but if you're not shouting Waste out, that is crazy, bro. We have like 60 new memberships right now. Let me see. 74 new members. Welcome into all the members. Make sure you check out all the members only content. This month we've been going crazy with the members only content. So make sure you lock in and shout Waste out once again for all the love, man, because you've been going crazy. You want me to show you? I'll show you. I'll show you because y'all think I'm bullshitting. It's hard to find. Natalie Shirilla Pinterest. Maybe I could find it like that. Oh, there it is. That was easy. This nightmare right here. This is the best I can do. This is the best I could do on the Zoom right now. This fucking nightmare right here. This one. Look at that beaver right there. She looks like she could build a fucking dam. Nat the beaver. That's so good. Why am I so good at this shit? Nat the beaver. Shit. Hold on. Can we get this picture and put it on something bigger? Can we get this picture and put it on something bigger, please? Nat the beaver. All right, hold on. Let's get a picture and really experience what I'm trying to show here. Where's the zoom feature? We're not zooming. Where's the zoom feature? All right, we might not be able to zoom, unfortunately. Fuck. Anyways, you get the idea. You get the idea. I was trying to get real intricate with it, but it wasn't working. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Nat the beaver. Let's keep going.
You know, other than her, obviously, if she could walk to the high school.
How long they've been together?
They said 4 years. I don't.
Hold on, we got Casual Art going crazy in this bitch, man. Hold on, listen, Casual Art. Listen, holy shit, we appreciate you because you're so casual and artistic. It's crazy to think about. You said just a shout out to your awesome mods. Hearts to everybody. Love it here, man. Shout out Casual Art, folks, with another $10 super chat. And once again, shout out the mods for working triple, double, quadruple time. We love y'all.
I didn't know that it was quite that long, but that's what he said, and that's what he told Angelo, that he didn't want to. He felt that it had been four years.
When did you notice her coming around? Give or take.
Oh, it's been a few years.
It's
for sure. Yeah, it didn't just happen. But
okay.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Like maybe when they first started dating, they were really young then. Dom wasn't probably driving even. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I probably didn't see much of her.
Dom ever talk about her driving or her, ever, mention anything to you about, I don't feel safe getting in a car with this girl or anything of that sort?
Like I said, he has stated that she's crazy, that he was concerned about her driving, and clearly that was mentioned before, and I don't know exact language because I didn't remember.
I hear some shit like that. I'm gonna say you can't drive with her. And I know you're 20, but fuck it. You still can't drive with her. I don't care. You're gonna have to lie to me because you can't drive with her. I don't know. Crazy, man. It's just unfortunate that this little shithead right here was willing enough to go through some shit like that. And she got 15 years, bro. Look at her face. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. She got 15 years. Do you see her eye? Whatever the fuck liner stuff on her eyelashes, she still thinks she's a model, guys. Look at her face. Look at the eyelash shit. Man, it's disgusting. It makes me want to spit on her. I'm not saying I will spit on her. It makes me want to spit on her. So don't get my words mixed up. I would love to spit on her. I wouldn't do that, but I'd like to do it.
That I would have to remember was the day on the highway the week before, which was and I'll never. And you said, how do you remember? Well, I know I had testing the next day. I was sick. It was raining. I remember everything about it because I had to go to the hospital the next morning. So nobody could say, "Oh, you just don't remember that day." No.
You said I don't like her. No, seriously, right? Nah, for real though.
I do. I remember clearly.
Yo, Isabel, thank you for the microphone drop. We appreciate you.
About.
And
And then she sent her dad over to get her purse out of the house and blah blah blah. You know. And it was I just said it's just I told the dad, this is just stupid.
Did they fight a lot?
According to my son Angelo, yes, they were fighting quite a bit.
Would you mind us talking to Angelo?
Would he be willing
I
to talk?
actually, if you didn't make it, I mean, he's sort of lately been having a tough time getting up in the morning. Just, I think it started, he was really strong for me through all of this. But if you could make it a little bit later in the day,
we could
break it up
absolutely.
here.
We're still going through her phone. So the search warrant we got through her phone, there's 80 gigabytes of data.
Her and
Between
Dom had
31,000 text messages or exchanges, which is, I mean, that's an astronomical number. That's why it's taking us forever to get to these.
And who the fuck talks to somebody 31,000 times, bro? That shows you how toxic this shit was. Because, listen, if anybody knows toxic, you know the protocol. Bombarding. It's like the art of war. Don't mind the big blowtorch noise in the background. But it's like the art of war. You bombard them with all types of shit. You make them think about this, and then you make them think about that, and then now their head is swirling, and now you're mad, and now you're sad, and now he's just apologizing because he just doesn't know what's happening right now. You know, that's the art of war in terms of manipulation. 31,000 messages. I bet you probably 15,000 of those 30 was her just bitching. I'm talking hardcore bitching and moaning, talking about how I'm gonna break up with you because you don't love me. And I know that because I've read a nice amount of those messages. So I can already predict what 15,000 out of those 31,000 comprise of. Straight bitching. But listen, folks, again, like I said, it's the art of war. That's what you do when you want to manipulate somebody. Take out a notebook for the next person you're trying to manipulate. Take it out. Come on, take it out. Because I know there's some horrible people in the chat. No, I'm playing. But that's what you do. You bombard them with a whole... It's called mind fucking. She was good at that. Fuck Mackenzie, bro. We don't like Mackenzie. I don't like her at all.
Interviews.
Yeah, she's more of a texter than Dom is.
31 motherfucking thousand messages. That is insane. Hold on. Here we go.
Twice the data.
Her and
Between
Dom had
31,000 text messages or exchanges, which is, I mean, that's an astronomical number. That's why it's taking us forever to get to these interviews.
Yeah, she's more of a texter than Dom is.
Right.
Like I said, me and Dom rarely text. I mean, I might say I love you or whatever, but he would.
That's a good question. Were the 31,000 messages over the whole 4-year relationship? Fuck nah. Fuck no. It was a snippet of the messages leading up to the crash. So it was probably hundreds of thousands of messages for the whole 4-year relationship. Good, very good question.
He usually would call.
You know,
And that was more his style, than.
one thing that came up with when I talked to Blair was the goodbye messages and the phone call from Dom the wee hours of the morning of the crash. He said Dom FaceTimed with him or called, but Blair was asleep, so he missed the call. And he's pretty torn over this because he's like, I wish I was awake to know what he wanted, because that's that mystery that he'll never know. And so he said, according to him, that Dom sent I love you type
We've heard about
messages
this. We've
to
heard about this.
family members.
No, I
And to
think that,
friends.
I don't know about that. The only thing I do know is he texts his dad, love you, Dad, or whatever.
Is that unusual?
No, I don't think that it was anything unusual for him. I don't know. Because him and his dad have had a rocky relationship their whole life.
I'll tell you what. I don't randomly text my dad at 3 a.m. I love you, Dad. I don't do that. Just saying. But I mean, she would know more than anybody. That's his mom, right? But I think he knew something, bro. He knew something was wrong. He knew because remember, this is not like Mackenzie just did this out of nowhere. Mackenzie blamed him for trying to kill her a week ago. And we all know that Mackenzie is #1 victim blamer. She did the same thing to Houston. Her friend spits on him, and then she tries to get a restraining order against him. That's what Mackenzie does. So, that being said, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if, if he knew something.
You know what I mean? So who knows? Maybe the kid had a freaking premonition and felt guilty because they did. Don was young when I got divorced, and his dad made it some of the visitation difficult for them, and with him being young, it was
harder on him than the other two.
Have you been able to talk to his dad since the crash?
I tried talking.
He called me last week. I don't know if he told you that.
Me he was going to call you.
He wanted to know the status, why we're still investigating, why this is not
Well, yeah, and I don't trust him, and we've told him we don't trust him because he sat there and he's doing some voodoo. I called him hysterical.
Right.
Oh, and this is when the voodoo shit comes in, right? Hold on, I'm hitting this rig real quick. I'll tell you my comment after this.
The night that it happened, I was in tears. I just didn't want to forget what had happened. I was so upset, and they claim that that Dom from Beyond has told them through this like a Ouija board thing that it wasn't the accident, it was Kenzie's fault. Well, how could it not be? When Husney tells me that the 360, which I don't understand, I'm not technological savvy, okay, that she's driving fine and then accelerates at one point to this point and doesn't.
All right, this is what I was trying to say. Fuck, I low-key forgot. But I'm gonna remember.
Stop.
So you talked to Husney?
Well, he called, after Davion's funeral, Husney introduced me to the parents of the wake, and then I had snuck, well, I couldn't deal with anybody, so I went.
Hold on, I was gonna say something important. Oh yeah, the whole Ouija board thing. It was very important. Okay, right? So the whole Ouija board thing, remember when the Mackenzies tried to make it seem as though all of the Russos were into that Ouija board shit, or like I don't know what they're into, so I'm not going to say what they're into, but they're into some type of shit, right? Remember the Russos made it sound like, no, they're all into that, and, we did a callback to the dead, and Dom said it was fine. Remember? Natalie was saying some bullshit like that on the interview. Come to find out, and I'm not trying to disparage the father of Dom in any way, but come to find out, it was only the father interacting with that bullshit. And at the end of the day, he was probably trying to just extend a branch to the family, trying to do something to make everybody feel a little bit more, what's the word? Just to get through it, right? The Mackenzie family takes that and says, oh yeah, the Russos in general, the mom, the dad, the sister, they all do that stuff, and they all initially thought that Dom said that Mackenzie's innocent. And now they flip the switch on us. Man, listen, you need to be careful with this family. And families like this, because they will lie about you directly in your face and act like you're the bad person. This lady didn't know anything about this shit. She was like, oh yeah, well, they did something with my ex-husband on some type of Ouija board and said that Dom said that she's innocent, but I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. That's essentially what she's saying. The Mackenzies will have you think that she was joining the procession too. Everything comes to light, folks. It comes to light.
Because he sat there and he's doing some voodoo. I called him hysterical.
You said pendulum or some shit. I don't know what there's. Listen, again, and that's why I'm not trying to get into the whole religious thing. I don't even know. I don't know what they were into, what they were doing, but they were doing some type of spirituality type stuff. But they tried to put it on the whole family as though they flipped the switch out of nowhere. Oh no, we don't know what happened. We were just so in tune and connected together, and we had a wonderful. You remember those comments that they would make, right? They're liars, bro. Allegedly. Well, I mean, that's my opinion. I don't even have to say allegedly. In my opinion, the Shirilla family are some fucking liars. Pants on fires. You know what I'm saying?
What had happened, I was so upset. And they claim that, that Dom from Beyond has told them through this, like a Ouija board thing, that the accident wasn't Kenzie's fault. Well, how could it not be? When Husney tells me that the 360, which I don't understand, I'm not technological savvy, okay, that she's driving fine and then accelerates at one point to this point and doesn't stop.
So you talked to Husney?
Well, he called, after Davion's funeral,
Let me just pause that and say Husney is like the most interesting name I've heard in a long time. Husney? What? And he's white. I thought he was like something else. He's just a white guy. Husney? I'm not hating. I'm just saying, very interesting name. Shout him out though.
He introduced me to the parents of the wake, and then I had snuck. Well, I couldn't go with anybody, so I went late to the church, but I felt I wanted to pay the kid respect. And I left before they did their procession, so I just to be there for the mass. And he had called complaining about talking shit, basically, about things that he was disappointed in, and not not facetious. I mean, I would want the mom or the parents to know, but him and I had a few criticisms about the way that the funeral was handled and them being gone and things like that. I don't know if he just used me as a sounding board, because he was very close with them. But he just started with blah blah blah, and then he went on to say, "You better not let this go. That I know that this is, she did this on basically." I don't want to replace the kids' words,
and it's okay because we talked to Husney,
him and Tyler Croy.
Yeah, and then he was just very angry and just said that you better.
Some people saying he's mixed. That would make more sense. Somebody said yes, Rotten Mango, the greatest storytelling here for this shit. Oh, shout you guys out, man. Shout you guys out. Somebody said who sneezed. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going. I want her to get through more of what she's saying.
I said, I'm not gonna let this go. I said it's in the police. I said, well, even if I said, oh, it's fine. I said it's still a crime. Right. So I got 2 dead kids. Right. So but he just vented for a little bit, and I hadn't talked to him, much after that. But and I did hear a little bit, like, from some of the other kids that, he maybe exaggerates a little bit, the way, he doesn't know everything, like he claims he knows, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't get wrapped up in what the kid tells you, you know what I mean?
And that's kind of what I said about Husney before. Husney, I swear I said that in my video, which is kind of funny, like a couple of days ago. He does seem like somebody who kind of knows it all. Who takes charge, and it's like, yeah, well, this is what's happening, right? But people like that are typically going to be the ones with the full story. They might amp it up a little bit. They might throw some glitz and glamour on it a little bit, but they're gonna be the one to snitch with the best memory ever because they're just like that. So, listen. If he says that Mackenzie's a crazy bitch, you might want to listen to him.
Because I thought it was odd, too, that he would call and criticize about the funeral, right, and the things, and then not coming back, and the neighbor being all pissed off.
So, are there any rumors that you would want us to confirm or dispel for you? Anything? Because I
told you
want
the
to try
big thing
to.
Was that mushroom thing, okay? Which
The mushroom was found on her person.
But I know that.
It's on body
cam.
cam.
I have not said a word. I was told that. I mean, nothing you guys have said has left my brain. Okay.
The mushrooms were tested. They came back. It's an F2 given the quantity. It was above the bulk amount. It was on her person.
Much, huh?
Yes.
See, because I asked him, I've been in the mushroom case in freaking years.
They're really, listen, I've spent the last 4 years in the DEA task force. This is the second time in 4 years I've seen shrooms.
It's a large quantity, and
Right.
the medics were the
surprising.
ones who searched her when they.
Damn, she had a lot of fucking shrooms on her. What was she doing with that much on her? What was she? Was she selling Were they selling mushrooms? Oh my god, bro. Either way, I mean, none of that shit really matters because it wasn't in their system. But Mackenzie was turning into a full-on druggie. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she was on some heavy shit too. Because remember, oh shit, this is in my video. Hold on. This is at minute 41, so you guys haven't heard this yet. But later on, she brings up about how Miss Russo brings up about how Mackenzie texted her about having withdrawal symptoms, and she's having like withdrawals and doesn't know how to handle it. Right? We don't know what type of drugs Mackenzie was really on.
Strapped her to the gurney before the life flight. It was even Berea. It wasn't even Strongsville. So it's all on the body cam of the officer. The medic reaches in, grabs it, gives it to the officer. So I mean, there's no. You're not able to pin it on down.
But I'm telling you, that was the big thing. And then I was like, well, that's not his character.
Right.
And why in the hell, if they're driving home sober at 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning or whatever time it was, would that be? They're like, I still don't know whose backpack's in the car. I don't know what happened to his necklace. I don't know. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't even know. I know I called you guys one night hysterical. I don't know who I talked to, but I just didn't know what happened to his clothes. I didn't know.
So we the car is in our possession. It's secured in one of our bays because it's evidence at this point. Everything else that we were able to collect from the car, that we were able to get, is in property. Everything. The only things that I released were, the necklace that I found out, a couple of things, and everything was with the prosecutor's approval. I wasn't going to release.
Well, I don't know. Tim wasn't thrilled. He wanted you to just keep her phone. He goes, but we can't keep her phone forever. But
right.
I said, well, how can you? I mean, what are you going to do?
Well, and that was a good move on Zaki's part. He made a good deal because
we had to make a deal with the devil. And you're a defense lawyer. You're an excellent lawyer. You know how this goes. At this point, we served the search warrant. That seizure of the phone becomes unreasonable. What am I holding on to the phone for? We gave her the phone back in exchange for the code. Had we not gotten that code, that phone possibly could have had to go to Israel, to the lab, to Cellbrite.
Wait, what the fuck?
Give her the phone back in exchange for the code. Had we not gotten that code, that phone possibly could have had to go to Israel, to the lab.
Why the fuck would it? Wait, why would it? Never mind.
To Cellbrite to crack into it again, or the feds, or something. It would have been very difficult. Apple doesn't make things easy for police to get into. That's
I
one.
know. I have an old phone that I can't get into either.
Number two, as you might already know, I wanted to give her a rope and let that go on the record. I wanted to give her the phone back, see what she's going to do with it. And she did. I mean, she was making modeling, talking to this modeling company from the hospital about her future plans with no regard to the fact that she took 2 innocent lives, or at least contributed to the loss of life. So it was a strategic decision.
Hold on. A couple of you guys are saying you can't hear it. I don't understand why. Let me just check. If my phone works, bro, I don't want to hear nothing. Hold on.
It was a strategic decision.
Hold on. A couple of you guys are saying you can't hear it. Man, listen. Fix your device. Shit. No, I'm playing. I don't know. Listen, I'm not sure, but it sounds good on my phone, so that's all I can say. That's all I can honestly say. God bless you in your pursuit to better audio, but I swear to God it's not on my side. All right, shout you out though.
That I made, that I will.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying anything.
And I know,
just wanted to make a joke about it.
No, and again, Tim and I talked, and I said, listen, sometimes you kind of have to, her mom called over 10, 15 times here wanting the phone back. And so once we served the search warrant and we had the,
You needed had what you
you know,
needed.
we got all that.
I gotcha.
So
Somebody said there's closed caption too. Listen, sometimes you just can't you can't get everybody happy. But I swear to God, it's not me. You're gonna have to figure that out on your own. It's not me. I ain't do nothing wrong. You said fucking Android. I don't know. It's not me though.
that takes me to the next, to the Dom's phone. I know you asked Jason for Dom's phone. I do have Dom's phone, and what I was gonna say is, a lot of the friends were not cooperative with us, and I'm wondering if there is anything on Dom's phone. We looked through Davion's phone. We asked the parents, and granted, the parents had no standing in his case, but I know with Dom's phone, it's registered to your law firm, so you do have standing. Whether or not you would consent to letting us look.
Yeah, I just can't, and I can't because I have so many confidential communications, even with my son about other people that he would call me or and talk about, but he's not friends with any of those people.
And we, all we got from at least Blair and from talking to him is that there were those phone calls, or at least attempts to make calls, the morning of the crash. So in particular, we're not looking to
I can
tarnish.
go on my Verizon and print off his call log. I have absolutely no problem doing that.
I'm interested.
Can you get text messages through my Verizon?
I will find out.
From the night of the 30th.
I know, like in Medina, because they're always really more so than Cuyahoga, just they're freaks about phones and all that stuff. And we will get printouts. They're harder to go through because it's not the bubbles like we like to see on the thing, but it'll show the number and it'll show the statement.
Sure.
Oh, shit.
So, but that's the only thing. Is like I got kids right now.
Yeah, see, she's on top of that shit. Listen, she was never gonna let this shit go, and this is why. See, and this is more so why I feel like Mackenzie was never gonna be able to go with a story. Whatever story she went with was gonna get smitten down by either the text messages, prior knowledge from the Russo family, or somebody else coming out being subpoenaed and being forced to testify against what she's saying. She had to go. It's really starting to make a lot more sense to me. She had to go with the I can't remember, because that is the only defense that would that would protect her from all incoming attacks. Because Miss Russo was on a rampage. She was on a rampage. She was going to get an answer of some sort. I swear. Hold on, we have Phoebe over here with a big gift in the bit. She sent a mystery gift. I appreciate you, Phoebe. Shout her out.
I can't. That are his friends. Yeah.
My main concern is, like I said, we're not looking to, tarnish his name.
I don't think the kid didn't do anything.
Right.
I mean, I don't.
All we want to know is those
if
calls
there's anything
were.
else that went through.
Did he vent that night to somebody? Maybe did he take a picture of her sleeping at the house? Did he, anything that
I
would
think
shed some light on what happened?
I don't know that I could do anything with it, and I'll frankly tell you why the phone's so important. Not only did we have he started that business. He had his college fund that he was using money to make multiple investments.
You said the Shonda defense from Joanne. No, it's definitely the Shonda defense, bro. Remember that bitch said she couldn't remember either. I can't remember what happened to Little Man. Remember she liked to call him Little Man and shit? Oh, what a disgust. Shonda Vander Art looked like she stink, bro. Remember I said that? That's the stinkiest looking bitch I've seen in a long time. But again, yes, she did some Shonda Vander Art shit. Can't remember. I'm telling you, this is the only defense that can work that's foolproof to a bullshit story. People who really know how to lie and who want to really get off, they're going to give you a story. The people who say I don't remember, it's basically saying I don't want to play the game. I quit. I don't want to play. No, you're too good. I don't want to play. They throw the controller down before they even play the game. That's what saying I don't remember actually means. And we've seen it happen with Shonda. We've seen it happen with Mackenzie. We've seen it happen with a lot of people. Same thing. Just throw the controller down and say you don't want to play. It's basically what you're doing. Anyways, we have a new membership as well, man. Hold on. We have French N98. Thank you so much, French, for the membership. We appreciate you and we love you. Shout out, French. You said I don't make it to lives often, but I've been watching in the background since you first started your channel, AG. Love seeing you grow. Man, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We have Tia Marie with a big $20 super chat. And to all my OGs out there, my year plus, my 2 year plus, my 3 year members. I mean, viewers, because I don't think memberships were open 3 years ago. I appreciate y'all, man. And it's a beautiful thing to see the growth. Thank you again, Tia.
And I've asked, which I don't do a whole lot of probate, but Loretta, my lawyer, I said, how am I gonna, like some of them will say, take a text message to verify your identity. So anything, like he has a laptop, but his cryptocurrency, all that shit's gonna be on there. I don't know, because you said it was smashed. I don't know if I wanna go to Verizon and say, hey, can we at least transfer it? So I could try to find out where it's right now. Even my son said we could be getting killed in the stock market, and we don't even have his stocks. We did put one in my name that we did together because he was too young for them to establish it, but the rest of the accounts he established.
Okay.
I mean, I know where he banks at, that's not an issue, but I don't know about these stock accounts. And because this freaking paperless shit, nothing comes to the house. I get the bank statement to the house, but I was with him and told the bank, just do a paper copy, because everything's with this wireless shit. I have nothing to even go on.
What kind of business was Dom running?
He did, he were making music. He set up a studio, and then people would come and pay him, and he would help them
In
with
the house
studio
next door.
time.
Sound and
That's where he conducted, and he made his own songs, and that was how he was making his money. Plus, like I said, I didn't hand over all his money, just so you know. I mean, he would say, give me 10 grand, I'm gonna put it in this stock, or so I would order the checks out of it. It was a uniform gift.
You said, hey, what's up, Tabs? You said, I think AG still had a kitchen job when I started watching. I clicked for Izzy Stay for AG. Appreciate you, Tabs. Yeah, no, listen, I think I was doing YouTube before. Like, nobody knew I was doing it, but I was even doing YouTube before my cooking job. That's how in the trenches we were. Motherfuckers was doing it before even that. We have Christine. Thank you for the damn membership, Christine. Shout you out, Christina. You said he was way too good for her with her stalker self. I mean, man, Mackenzie was definitely a dangerous type of individual, like to the level of stalker, for sure.
Minors up to 21. So, but I don't know. Like I said, even the one that me and him had together, I think is going. I don't get statements on that either. So even Angela says I could be trading the stock or buying and selling. We can't do nothing.
Okay.
That only mine.
Yeah.
It's in my name. He could have with my permission. I can't do nothing with Dom's. I just got to turn it over to Loretta to see if we can get that money back.
I will contact him once we're done here. Let him know, because, like I said, since the Mackenzie's phone, I run everything by him. Hey, you good with us releasing?
No, that's fine. I mean, I don't know.
We haven't looked into it though.
I don't know if it's even possible. I don't know. If that's the case, then the only thing I can hope is Verizon tells me you could pull it from the cloud. Do you see what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff, so I may be able to do that. I know I can definitely get all the call logs.
That's,
I get it now.
the calls.
All right, so they're just talking about calls. Let me skip ahead a little bit.
I think
It just
but you know what I'm saying? That was thinking the opposite. He won't work the case. It's kind of like Stu Libby. They don't watch videos. They don't listen to
Wait,
recordings.
Steve?
No, it's too much.
Wait, what happened with Steve? Hold on. I heard something about Steve. Hold on. So, okay. So they're just talking about his call logs and shit. I'm not gonna stay around anything that has anything too technical. If they're talking about bullshit call logs and stuff like that, we're gonna skip past it. Let me listen to this one section to make sure we're not talking about low test Steve real quick.
But I think it's
She had Brad Koff from Columbus who referred her to Stephen McGowan.
Oh no, different
all of a
Steve,
sudden,
different Steve.
Well, Steve McGowan.
Jim.
Steve McGowan. I love Steve McGowan. He's old.
He's been around forever.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He won't work the case. It's kind of like Stu Lippy. They don't watch videos. They don't listen to recordings.
No, it's too much
Yeah,
for him.
yeah, exactly.
So
Which is just it's
Jim
terrible.
is now representing her. So all these
That's weird.
texts.
So I'm wondering if the aunt, because I know it was Doug Will.
Okay, let's get past all this because I think this is all fuckery. We're just trying to understand where we could get all this information from. Blah blah
Did you
blah.
know
Smoke marijuana. Did you know her to smoke marijuana? Okay, this is a good place to. Oh, minute 41. I have notes too. Fuck. Okay, minute 41:08. We're gonna start back over here. I had written down a note to skip that section. So to all you guys, to all 2,250 of y'all who stuck with me through that boring ass section, you guys are some real ones because I dead ass put a note down to skip to 41:08 because all that shit was useless. Okay, so this is where we bring up Mackenzie's supposed drug addiction, right? I'm actually mad that I put you guys through all that shit. Anyways, I mean it's good to know, right? But this is where we get to Mackenzie's supposed drug addiction, and she texted Miss Russo apparently about this shit. Let's go.
He texted you about saying about her.
If you break up with me, or I'm gonna do this if you break up with me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In January 2021, Kenzie texted you about saying about herself. I was feeling all weird and having she meant lot, of anxiety from withdrawal. You know what she's withdrawing from? Did you know she has a drug dependence issue?
Now listen. Listen, that young lady, billionaire Anna. Remember, she said she looked like a cokehead. Everybody thought she was on some type of crack or something. No, she didn't say that. I think she said everybody thought she was like a cokehead or something like that. I wouldn't put it past her. Apparently, her parents didn't know she was doing mushrooms. She was smoking hella weed. You know, her friends maybe knew she was doing all types of other shit, and her parents didn't know that. I'm not saying that she was a crackhead, but apparently she was having a lot of anxiety from not doing the drugs that she was doing. But of course, they're going to blame it on the marijuana. But I'm sorry, guys. The weed doesn't give you withdrawals the way Mackenzie's talking about. You're having deep anxiety and you can't breathe because you didn't smoke some weed? No. That's not weed, folks.
Oh.
This was sent to you, to your phone. Do you know what she's talking about?
I just wanted to leave. My friend was begging him to give me, and he didn't give me.
He was supposed to give it to me, and he didn't give it to me. You know what? Let me just let it go.
I can think withdrawal, but that would be a withdrawal symptom. God, I'd really have to go back and read them all. At one point with the stomach thing, okay, they had thought she had some, I don't know the name of the disease, something that had to do with marijuana, but marijuana doesn't cause withdrawal symptoms. But she was supposedly couldn't smoke marijuana because they were thinking that was part of this issue. It's some condition that you develop from smoking marijuana. Don't ask me. I don't know.
That's absolute bullshit. What condition to anybody on this planet Earth causes stomach issues from smoking marijuana? Man, Natalie was just out here saying absolute bullshit to the Russos. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Natalie was on a rampage out here. A lot of this shit, I swear, is stemming from her.
Unless it's stated in that.
Did you know her to smoke marijuana?
I never seen her do it, but now that she admitted to me at the cemetery that she hasn't smoked since she got out of the hospital, and I had known about the condition she wasn't smoking, but I'm sure she was back smoking again because she just brought it up to me.
Yeah.
Not like she sat there and smoked in front of me or anything,
Right.
you know.
But to just bring it up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't. But well, that's because when she was getting sick with the stomach thing, this is how a lot of this started.
Oh, she was sick with the stomach thing? Oh no.
Was with her stomach, but it was, I know that she had to, one of the things was, and I don't know what the condition is, I might be able to ask Angelo, but it was something where they said that the doctor told her she couldn't smoke marijuana anymore, and then that didn't, I don't know if that really turned out. I think that whole issue ended too with that, which I think.
You said cannabinoid hypermesis syndrome causes stomach issue. Listen, I know there's issues, right? Cool, that happened. Mackenzie was not experiencing that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I swear. That's all I'm saying. She wasn't experiencing the CHS and all the S's and the H's and the cannabinoids and the jannabinoids. She wasn't experiencing that shit. That's bullshit. I just feel like Mackenzie lived a life to where whenever she had some type of an issue, her mom would create some type of an ailment to cover for something. I don't know. That's just how it feels to me.
Which eventually led to the stupid.
Let's look this up though. Cannabinoid hyper some fuck shit syndrome. Let's see what this is real quick. Let's check it out. Cannabinoid, the condition caused by long-term heavy cannabis use, characterized by cyclical severe nausea, uncontrollable vomiting, intense abdominal pain. A telltale sign of CHS is that patients often find temporary symptom relief from taking compulsive, very hot showers or baths. Huh. Huh. Never had that happen. You need to take a hot shower. Never had that happen. Interesting. Yeah, that's bullshit though. I'll check that off on my bullshit meter.
Gluten-free thing.
Okay.
That was going on, but I mean, why would she? Maybe withdrawal. I mean, you don't withdraw from.
But all I'm saying, right, is that was probably brought up as an excuse for something else, right? So now she has. Remember, she murdered 2 boys. She has pots. Remember? Right? So back in the day, before it was murder, it was probably something else that she was facing. And her mom said, oh no, she has CHS. No, cannabinoid hypertension syndrome. No, she has CHS. It seems like a bit of a trend to me. So no, I don't think the bitch had CHS. Just saying.
I don't think that she used any other drugs. I don't. I was kind of shocked about the whole mushroom thing. I mean, like I said, the parents smoke pot, but who cares? Do you know what I'm saying? Most of these kids got med cards for different reasons. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know that. I highly doubt it. That would be a term that you'd use for like heroin or something.
Right.
But maybe in her mind, she was withdrawing.
And that's why it caught our attention.
Yeah.
Because it's not something you normally see with
Right.
pot.
Yeah.
And so the last one, that's the one text that kind of stood out from the week before the crash on July 17th, where she texted you saying to come get Dom. He grabbed the steering wheel on the highway, trying to spin out my car and hurt me, and she kind of played it off to where.
No, she totally. That's what she always did. Everything was always done.
Oh, we have a gift. We had a couple of gifts, man. Shout out the gift. Somebody sent like a snapping finger. And then we have Shauna with another flow state, man. All the gifters, you guys are top fucking tier. I appreciate y'all, bro. We have Samantha with a membership. I don't think I shouted out Samantha either. Welcome in, Samantha. We have Patricia saying happy 4th of July. Hell yeah, you already know. My dog is about to be absolutely distraught tomorrow, unfortunately. But happy 4th of July. Not the best time for us over here. But she's pretty decent with fireworks, but when they start to bombard the entire city, she starts to kind of start tweaking. But we gonna get through it.
fault.
I'm
She always
scared
twisted it around.
because of driving in the rain. If he doesn't get out of my car, I'm calling my dad. And then you said Hench is on the way. Who's Hench?
That's Christopher Martin, that's his nickname. He's the fellow that went and picked up Dom.
Okay. And did Chris say anything about what transpired? Did he tell you, like, oh, Christine, when I
No,
picked him
that day
up?
he called me and said that Mom.
Damn it! Did I say her name? Fuck. I think she feels like I called her. Let me not look at her. Oh fuck. Okay, hold on. Shit. Hold on. I think I said her name. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Could you give me like 30 more minutes? Hold on. Let me put her on the couch or something. Come here. Come here. What's up? Come here. Up. Angel, up. Good girl. Sit down. Good girl. Stay. Good girl. Good. Stay. That's a good girl. Give me 30 minutes. I wasn't trying to call her. Damn it. Damn it. Low key, folks. Y'all gonna have to give me a minute. Oh, now the fireworks are going off and she's angry about that too. Yo, everybody, give me like 5 minutes, folks. Hold on, let me big up my camera real quick. I was gonna make her wait 30 minutes, but the fireworks are starting to go off too, so I think I want to take her outside before, like every night they're going off for the past couple of days. So I'm gonna take her out before it gets dark. So that she could just pee and we don't stay out there for fucking 20 minutes because she's barking at some shit. Give me like 5 minutes. That fuck. Give me 7 minutes or so. And then we'll just we'll probably spend another 35, 45 minutes and finish this up and call it a night. But give me a sec. All right, bro, let's go. Come on. Hold on, folks. Oh shit! Thank you for the $5, Suzanne. Hold on, I gotta get my keys. Suzanne, you shouldn't have. We appreciate you. Oh, okay. I'll be back. chill. Sit. All right, we're back. We're back. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How many people we got left? 10? Oh, we got 1,700. 1,700. Welcome back, folks. We're back. The elevator was mad backed up too, so we had hella shit happening. Angel was over here trying to smell the little girl that was like 7 years old. Her dad was like uncomfortable. Motherfuckers were all pressed up against each other. The elevator was a little wild this evening, but we made it back. Angel was up here sniffing on all types of young children and shit. But no, people begin it's unfortunate, but people begin super uncomfortable because she's such a big dog. But I have to tell people like, oh, don't worry. She's like she's not gonna like kill you. It's or your child. It's fine. Like she's not gonna do anything. But people be tripping. Oh shit. She was just sniffing her though. She didn't get any contact. It was just the sniffing. Pops was over here kind of tripping. He was over here looking in the corner of his eye like, listen. Yo, we have Wisteria with a big 5 gifted memberships. You know she's a real one. Shout her out. We appreciate her. We love her. Shout her out. All right, let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it rocking. Let's keep it grooving and moving.
And this calm of a voice. I mean, like I said, we talk more than we text.
See, I knew this was a joke. She barked at me because she wants attention. Hey, listen, if you gonna get put in the next room if you don't chill. Hey, up and leave me alone for a minute. Thank you. Whenever I start projecting my voice, she knows I'm on my live stream and she's like, let me go fuck it up. I got a good 30 minutes left with y'all before it's over. Yo, Johnny, thank you for the membership, big dog. Oh, Johnny's heartbroken mom. Shit. Well, shit. I hope I can mend it. We appreciate you for the membership. We have Eddie with a month-long membership. Thank you so much, Eddie. I looked up Rule 7.08B4 actually meaning in chat. I don't know what that means. You said, but that precious doggo some Tritos. Oh, thank you so much, Liz. Shout you out, Liz. Appreciate you, ma'am. All right, let's keep going, man. Let's keep going.
Mom, you need to come get me. Kenzie's being crazy. She's threatening to crash the car on the highway. Okay, are you pulled over? Yes. Where at on the highway? Okay, I'm laying on the couch. Which I was glad because I had Christopher, not my son Christopher, Hunch, on his way to get him while I stayed on the phone with Dom till I knew that he was there and she didn't do anything. And then after, that's when she just started ranting. I didn't pay attention to her. Ranting and started blaming him for everything. It's like, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I said, I don't really care. Just don't fight in the car. And it seems that she did that because he had like little tiny stupid fender bender things with her in the car. You know, just like nothing, no damage, anything. But, you know, Kenzie had me hit the mailbox because she was fighting with him in the car, and Ange again could probably tell you more details, but I don't know.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, hold on.
Fender bender things with her in the car, you know, just like nothing, no damage, anything. But, you know, Kenzie had me hit the mailbox because she was.
So Kenzie had her hit a mailbox because they were arguing so much? What the fuck? This girl was This girl was going to get somebody killed expeditiously. Emily, thank you for that bus. Mackenzie was always destined to get somebody killed.
Damage, anything, but, you know, Kenzie had me hit the mailbox because she was fighting with him in the car, and Ange again could probably tell you more details, but I don't know if she grabbed the steering wheel I mean, it was my own mailbox, it wasn't a crime, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there has been, since she started driving, more of the issue of her. But again, everything's always Dom's fault.
Right.
Right.
We can kind of see it from the text where there's a
Yeah,
lot of
she
that
just-
blame,
exactly.
shifting blame.
Yep.
So, did you know where they were going that morning? Did you have any idea? Did Dom say anything the night before, like, hey, we're gonna be at this party and then we're going there?
Yeah.
Where were they
I was
going?
making, he said that they had a couple of graduation parties
Mm-hmm.
to go to, and I had said that, yeah, that I was making some dip and some other things or whatever, and Blair had come over and I said, okay, this stuff's getting done or
Where's my?
whatever.
Oh,
And his impression was, I know he texted me, all right, at one point I had talked to them, he didn't think they were gonna be gone. Then I texted him and had said, something like, this dip's done or whatever. And he said, okay, well, we shouldn't be long, or we'll be back in a little bit or whatever. And then,
Okay.
that was it. Blair said that Dom really didn't want to go to these parties. That's what I was told, that he did it for Kenzie. Wasn't friends with the people, wasn't thrilled about going.
We know the first party they went to was in Parma. It wasn't even a Strongsville
I heard
student.
that there was no parents at a Lakewood house too. That was another party. Did Tusney tell you about that? This is where I'm getting a lot of my information.
And based on what we were able to track back to almost 8 p.m. and there was no indication they were in Lakewood. They were in Parma Heights area. We even have the LPR because we ran the license plate for the Toyota and saw what time they were going where. So we knew they went to Parma, and after that, they ended up on Brushwood, and that's where they spent the
That's Burling
6-7 hours.
And that's the one that's behind Whitney by
Yes,
the way.
yes. Brushwood has two entrances.
Not
They
really.
don't connect, but they were off of Whitney.
Okay.
This is
yo, Sassy Sandit. Thank you so much for the big 20, man. We appreciate her. Everybody, if you don't show her some love, man, throw some orange hearts out there. We appreciate you, Sassy. Big 20s out here. Big 20s. I guess we'll have an angel segment. Oh shit. God damn it. I guess we could have an angel segment. What's up, Angel? What's up? Now she just wants attention. I knew she didn't need to go out. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I took her out and she peed like a little drip drop. Huh, drip drop the clown. I took her out and she peed a fucking drop. Her ass. But anyways. All right, bro. Listen. Hey. Go do something. What do you want? All right, hold on. I'm gonna move her. Give me a second, cause we'll never be able to finish this stream. We'll never be able to. All right. Yep. Yeah, this is what you want. You want to get banished? Come on, let's go. Come. All right. You're like, go do something, man. I'm telling you, bro. Damn it. Hold on, here she comes again. I was pump faking her. I was pump faking her with the room, but now, okay, now you're actually gonna have to go. Oh, don't knock my shit over, bro. All right, come on, go sleep. Hey, go sleep. Go. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna have to deal with her. I don't know what she wants. She got food, walk, pee, poop. I think she really just wants attention at this point. She's like, yo, you've been on this shit for way too long. But anyways, let's get through. Let's try to finish it. I think we could finish.
We kind of know that for a fact, and they left there about 5:30
Yeah,
in
he
the
just,
morning.
again, and again, everybody's told me don't live and die by what Husney has to say,
No.
because he doesn't know
Yeah,
everything, but he had thought that there was, he was the one that alerted me that there weren't parents supervising these
Right.
parties.
I think a lot of what's going on with him is grief. So now, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because I talked to him. Him and Dom were pretty close. So I think a lot of him, I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but his digging and his own investigating, I think he's getting some of this information. So yeah, don't put too much into, because between the grief and the anger at Mackenzie and him doing his own digging and talking to people and that, I think people are steering him in some.
And what's weird too is I had heard, and I probably confused me.
Thank you for the floating jewel, Nicole.
I want to just say it's put it all on this kid. But before I had heard the mushroom story, I had heard that all these people at this party were like tripping or whatever. But I didn't hear it on mushrooms. When I think of tripping, I think of acid. I don't know if that still goes around these days like it used to in the 70s or 80s, whenever it was. But I haven't been in an acid case in a long time either. So,
Yeah, it's coming on the weird
but
part.
I just, like I said, none of them were big drinkers. I didn't really see
Right.
them ever fuck
We
up.
know.
You know what I mean? It just none of the three of them even. Now, did I ever go to a party with Kenzie? No, I never did. But I've seen her quite a bit. I've never seen her screwed up on anything. I've never seen my son screwed up on anything. Davion I didn't know very long, but he was kind of the same way. I mean, like I said, they were always doing something. If they're not making music, they were working on the car. They were, you know what I mean? It wasn't.
Did they
just
ever
not the-
fight or argue in front of you? Mackenzie and Dom?
Oh, of course not.
No.
No, because then I could be a witness to what she's claiming.
So Angela would probably be able to.
Because
shed
then
more
Dom,
light.
right, Dom would vent more.
Yeah, Dom. So basically, Dom didn't want to tell his mom that Dom didn't want to tell his mom that his fucking girlfriend was a monster, and he was able to tell his brother because they just had that type of relationship. Kind of seems like the most toxic relationship known to man to me, right? But Natalie's gonna come out here like, oh no, yeah, oh, they loved each other. Dom was trying to escape this crazy bitch. And, again, some would say, well, just don't talk to her anymore. Easier said than done, in my opinion. Definitely easier said than done, especially if you have history. Unfortunate, bro.
Were Angelo and Dom close?
Yes, very
Okay.
close.
What's a good phone number for Angelo?
Is that terrible?
And if you don't mind, would you be kind enough to let him know that probably next week sometime we're gonna give him a call and try to set something up.
Yeah, I'll talk. Alright, Angelo.
What the fuck happened? Oh, the audio mute? Probably muted audio. We're just gonna let it keep going.
And like I said, he could probably, just, give you more of the gripes. I don't think that, if there was a situation where I was around, Dom would come to me and say, Kenzie's doing this and Kenzie's doing that. And he just probably, more so than not referred her as being crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, she's a young girl. I wish I would have just read more into it. Do you know what I'm saying? I never would have dreamed in a million years. Do you know what I'm saying?
My bad,
that
y'all.
I would be having to worry about this.
Right.
Even when the police came, I said, they don't even drink, really. You know what I mean? Like, I did it. Now, like I said, and then, my concern is I don't know if or when, because of the way those talk screens come out, if or when she would have ingested anything. I still don't think, even if she was high on those mushrooms, that's would have been the case.
And
I just don't. I mean, from what I know, what I've read about, I mean, like I said, yes, maybe on acid, that's something more bad, but you don't really hear. I mean, people are when you interview clients and talk to them about it and you study it, it's more of a. Although I did read about it the other day too, I forgot. But more of you like a happier type of a situation.
Well, you at least she knows a few things about drugs, but no, listen. All that being said, we find out that she wasn't even on anything. And some people want to argue that, oh yeah, she had high levels of marijuana in her system. Man, half the people that you encounter have high levels of marijuana in their system. What the fuck does that mean? That's the most insignificant stat that you can put that you can throw out there ever. Marijuana? Oh yeah, high, what is even a high concentration of marijuana? What does that even mean? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? She had no psychedelics in her system. This bitch wanted to do it.
It's supposed to make you more giggly or whatever. I forget the description. You know what I mean? So
What's making this a bit difficult, at least for the two of us, is just looking at the driving on Progress. Progress Drive is not a straight line, and so the medical theory. I mean, we're eliminating theories at this point. We put, what could a defense lawyer come after us for? So mechanical, medical, OVI, or other to include suicide. And I can tell you, I'm substantially certain that mechanical is out. We had a forensic mechanic. We had the EDR report. Judge John Russo saw when he signed the search warrants, and he signed 10 out of the 11 search warrants for us. I mean, he looked into some of the data from the car. Something was up. And so that's...
what would the other defense be? I mean,
the other defense would be the OVI, like she was so impaired that she hadn't... But then again, if we know that Davion was awake because he sent a text at 5:30. He commented on a picture that was sent to him from a friend, and he's like, oh, this is cool, or something like that. So we knew he was up. No indication from him that there was something going on. And as they make the turn, you can see on video that there's like somebody had a screen up, likely Dom, that the phone was on or something.
Yeah, you could see a light.
You can see the light.
Car when they turned from Pearl onto Progress.
But it doesn't explain, and I'm sure one day it'll come out. It doesn't explain those last 2 seconds.
I mean, you've driven down Prospect 1,000 times. You lived in Shelbyville forever, so we all know it has those two curves.
Oh, and don't let her tell you that she is unfamiliar with Progress.
I eliminated that this morning.
Okay, because I'm gonna tell you, when we went for prom pictures, the guy that was going with us, she kept telling me, oh, just cut through on Progress. She knew, and that was the way that I went to my office. I've not driven down that street since July. Yeah. She's at that memoriam all the time. How do you go to the scene where you've just killed 2 people?
She knew.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. But she needed it for content, guys. How do you go to that place when you just killed 2 people? Because you need some content. You need to put it on your TikTok because you're about to be this big model, and this is going to be your strong woman backstory. I survived the tragic crash with my boyfriend, and I'm so sad, but I'm so pretty, and I'm ready to model. That was her whole idea, bro. I swear, I kid you not. That was her whole plan right there. And I mean, it sounds stupid, but you have to understand who this is coming from. This is coming from Mackenzie Shirilla. That was her plan, and she thought it was a masterclass of manipulation.
Progress. We knew progress, and we all know. I mean, it's bumpy from the semis. There's curves.
Yeah.
If she was impaired, if she fell asleep, you wouldn't have navigated that. It doesn't make sense.
Not to mention Dom and or Davion moved her, yanked her, did something to, at least offset the impact of the crash.
Right.
But
if she's sitting there driving and she goes like this, someone's gonna grab that wheel. They're gonna say, "Holy shit, she passed out. She fell asleep. She something."
Your foot wouldn't stay on the gas either that fast.
Right.
So, and I don't want to.
And it would have stopped once she hit the sign.
That's
Well,
another issue we have.
But the speed at which this all happened,
She keeps telling me that she wished she would have died. She keeps saying that it should have been me. And now she wants to talk shit all then. I know it's different when people die, but she's got nothing but go on and on about how perfect and wonderful he was. And then basically saying I'm a piece of shit and he was a great person. I mean, so didn't bring up, oh, he's got mental health issues and all that other shit that she wants to.
and the only reason I asked, again, through discovery.
No, I don't.
and we've seen that. I mean, Splendid True Crime just posted a video, but I think we've covered it already, so I didn't cover it like again. But the Mackenzie and her mom talk about how the Russo family, Dom's mom, all them, they're horrible cowards, ridiculous cowards, just horrible people. And you're the one who's been wronged, Mackenzie, and I'm so sorry, Kinsey. They're just terrible people. That video has just gone live. Now I've covered it before, but listen, bro. You
Here, I've got the, didn't bring up, oh, he's got mental health issues and all that other shit that she wants.
the fact that she's able to say all that to her daughter, right? And then turn around and say that she wants to have some type of a relationship. Wild. Oh shit, we have Snoop SN8473. I appreciate the big 20. You said happy 4th AG in chat, fam. Love the case. You said love this case, but I've been listening to horrible Sarah Wade and Stefan. Love all the voice impersonations. Impressions. Natalie and Vivian are my favorite. Oh, I forgot Vivian. Thank you for all the great content. I appreciate you, Snoop, and thank you for the big 20, man. Everybody show Snoop some love. Throw some hearts out there for him.
And the only reason I asked, again, through discovery.
No, I don't care. I've got the exam. Like I said, I mean, and
you're obviously going to get everything we have at the end of this thing. So
believe me,
you just have to tell me what you want from me.
We would like
the call log.
The call log and text log from, I'd say, the night off. So that 10 p.m. when we knew they went to Brushwood.
Okay, so let's skip past the call logs because the call logs don't really give us much. We're pretty much complete.
Drinking?
Because I think they just start talking about call logs, and that's when shit gets boring. Let's drop in at 1 full hour. Let's see what happens here.
You need to answer some questions. Mackenzie's ex-boyfriend.
And what are they worried about? Were they doing drugs or something? They're worried about they're going to incriminate themselves using drugs? I mean, or even drinking? I guess big deal, underage consumption. What the hell? You're not going to go to prison for it.
Right. And we're,
And it's clear that it's like Mackenzie's people are the ones closing ranks.
Right.
And Dom's friends are the ones coming in here saying this is not right. This just
Dom and
doesn't make
Davion's
sense.
friends are,
Yeah,
with the exception of
too.
Blair, were fairly open.
Yeah.
So,
Right,
to me,
so
the
they're
theory,
doing
to
something,
me,
right.
ultimately it's Tim's theory. It's not mine. My job is to collect data, the evidence or the information and give it to him. And
Yeah, but this Burlinghouse, what's the parents' name of this kid?
Dom's friends, forthcoming. Davion's friends, forthcoming. Mackenzie's friends, they lawyer up. The demon Natalie, running around rampant, trying to control the story, bro.
You know?
I don't know, but they were in New York the night of the incident.
Well, the only reason is
The alleged demon Natalie. We don't want to. The alleged demon Natalie running around rampant.
wondering if it's the same Burlinghouse. There was a Burlinghouse from Middleburg, a whole family, and there was a bunch of Burlinghouses. There's like Dale and Jim Burlinghouse, and
I don't recall
it's that family.
I mean, I can pull it up, but
Well, I'm just curious
they've
because
lived in
if there's
Strong's
an
for 4 years.
alcohol issue, it doesn't matter that the Burlinghouses have a history of huge.
I can tell you from the first
alcohol.
graduation party, there was no alcohol consumption.
Okay.
Like everybody was like, nope, all 3 of them showed up. They didn't smoke, they didn't drink, they hung out and left. So
Yeah, which like I said, I couldn't see my son. I mean, who knows? Maybe he would, but like I said, he doesn't drink beer.
he wasn't driving, so even if he
but
was,
right. But I'm just saying, I don't. I didn't even wouldn't. That was the first thing. If they want to think about how I acted when the police came with Father Joe, I just said, I'm just shocked that they're not much drinkers. Like I just assumed it was an OBI accident in the beginning. Do you know what I mean?
And this is to us. This is what Jason and I are struggling with, and I kind of, I wish I could give you a better answer, but until we look at her blood, it just doesn't look like an OVI crash to me. To me, and so I'm not trying to create a theory from nothing. But the reason I'm asking about the suicide and the mental health is because when we discussed this case with Tim, just OVI by itself doesn't fit.
Right. Well, it doesn't. And I don't think that Dom and Ken.
And this is where Natalie's going to come in and interject, and they're going to say, right? They're going to come in and interject and say, well, they couldn't find any explanation, so it automatically defaulted to murder. No, you dumbasses. They collected enough evidence to prove that it was murder. You dumbasses. But they're going to take that little section. They're going to be like, oh, see, yeah, no, they couldn't figure it out. So they just said it was murder. Like, listen, come on, bro.
He would make some sort of suicide pact, and if they did, he wouldn't have done it with Davion in the car and killed that kid.
And I don't think Dom would have made that
they
suicide
had reservations
pact.
for her birthday. He had steaks. He had bought.
He wasn't wearing a
seatbelt.
seatbelt.
There wasn't.
Right. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt. But I could put your mind at ease in that Dom was at no point did he reach over based on what our officers saw when they got there. So even if somebody tries to say, you know, Dom caused it, no way. No way. I mean, we have multiple officers and body cams. No way.
Right, and I just wished it. Why wouldn't Davion punch her in the head? And that was the thing. That was another thing that I had told you.
I would have kicked her in the back of the head like a fucking athlete.
Little girl, okay.
I would have donkey kicked her shit. She would have been snoring on that bitch. Snoring with some blood coming out of her nose. What happened to her? I donkey kicked her. That's what happened to her.
He has, he'll walk outside, anything. He does not touch, okay? And I said, I just wish he would have somebody would have punched her in the head, and I wish Davion would have, somebody. What the hell are you doing?
And you're right, because I've gone through her phone, like, I've just dove into her phone, and I've dove into her and Dom. And when they argue, she was more the antagonizer, and he was more like, oh, you're breaking up with me? Okay, cool. Deuces. Like, he was definitely more laid back. And definitely more like, don't talk to me, you're mad at me, and then she'd keep going and keep going. And we couldn't figure out if that was the teenage girl in her, like obsessed with the older guy type deal, or if it was literally a mental issue that...
Her driving, her...
No, that bitch got mental issues for sure. She definitely got mental issues. From the time I heard she's eating her entire... She's consuming her nail bed, her nails and her flesh. She's cannibalizing upon herself. I knew that bitch had some issues. Fuck you talking about? There may be some mental issues there. That's what you call induced mental issues by having bitch ass parents. They gave her those mental issues. She was born normal. They gave her those issues. They instilled those issues upon her.
Video, she records herself driving high speeds. She's constantly TikToking and Snapchatting.
Filming herself while driving.
Right. And
at high speeds, which is what Blair told me. That's all Blair had to tell you guys, was that he knows that she would drive fast and reckless. Okay. Again, I mean, I don't know. My son Ange thinks she's absolutely the devil. He thinks that she's.
I think
we're gonna make it a point to talk to him next week in the evening someday, and just kind of.
It doesn't have to be the evening. I mean, just give him a chance. 1 or 2 o'clock.
Whenever he wants. I mean,
would he feel more comfortable here or at the house?
I'll ask him.
Okay.
I mean, if he wants me to come with him,
we'll give him a call. We are interested in the relationship, really. But I want you to know deep down why we're asking those questions is
Oh, I know,
because
because you want to put together a solid case, because Angela thinks she needs to go to prison. He is absolutely positive, says that she needs to go to prison.
Well, and you know as well, probably better than we do, what we're battling here with the juvenile court versus 3 days later she's an adult.
Well,
versus...
I'd like to see who we pull, because I'll file an affidavit of prejudice with the Supreme Court, because I practiced in most of those courtrooms.
It's one of
And this is where we finally, like 3 hours later, we finally get to where this is brought up. Where is it? Shit. We finally
deep down
we finally get to the portion where this is brought up, and apparently this is the smoking gun that really shows us that the Russos are working with the police. Ooh, it's so scary. It's so wild. It's such a wild conspiracy.
I'd rather give some retired judge from Southern Ohio, you know, some Republican judge that would, not to say, I love our Democratic judges in Cuyahoga, but they're Democratic because that's how they get elected. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? In Cuyahoga,
we get the game.
You know, depending on the theory that we're able to help put together, the evidence that we're going to put together, if we can force a mandatory bind over as opposed to leaving it up to a judge, you know, that's another thing that we're looking at. So the reason we're looking at all of her social media is to show, although she was 17, she's been living like an adult, and that's why I asked you.
I would say absolutely, and I would say that for sure her senior year, because she was at my house every day.
Did she ever have a job, do you know?
Oh, yes, I do know this, and my friend Loretta looked into this. So she worked at
Oh shit, she got the tea. Hold on, my chat crashed for a second. I appreciate you, Mindy. Thank you for the membership and welcome in. Shout out Mindy. I appreciate y'all and all the gifters, bro. We have so many gifters. Insane amounts of gifters. All the gifters, I appreciate you guys as well.
Oh, okay.
At the top of the street, she worked at, I think, Taco Bell.
Wasn't it
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin', I know she was, yeah.
They fired her at Dunkin' Donuts. Now, if you talk to her employers, Loretta went in there and got the coffee or whatever and said, oh, I never knew this girl worked here or whatever, because Loretta goes there every day. She said, oh, that girl was horrible. She was nasty to customers. She was rude. She was all these things. Okay. And so she may have been putting on a nice facade for all of us and her innocent stuff. But I think it was Taco Bell, McDonald's or Wendy's. She's gotten fired from 4 or 5 jobs. Okay?
Jesus.
And I know.
Yeah, she was always meant to be a burnout, trashy little burnout from Ohio. I was going to say a whole bunch of vulgar shit, but I'm going to keep it to myself. She was always meant to be that, bro. Always meant to be that.
For a fact, the last one, because Loretta just went there, you could talk to them, that she was
just a little trashy burnout little bitch. You know what I mean? Just a little just garbage. You know, always meant to be that.
Horrible. It was either Pulp or Bippity Bob. I don't know. Is that Pulp still there? Yeah. At the top of the street?
Yeah, right.
They said that she was rude and nasty to customers too. So I know those 2 places for sure. I don't know.
Well,
she had those jobs when she was like 16.
And I know the Duncan one's right, because there's some text with her and the boss going back and forth. So that one is right on the money. I didn't know about Pulp, and we can look into some of those.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's either one of the other fast foods.
Yeah,
okay, we only got McDonald's, Wendy's, or Taco Bell. So one of those 3. But Pulp for sure. It wasn't Bippity Bob, it was Pulp.
What the fuck is Bippity Bob?
Got rid of her too, for again, customer issues. And so
Dom seemed to do pretty good by himself. Did he give her money a lot?
Oh, I don't know.
There was an argument about when he threatened her with civil court because she bought something. She bought something that Dom gave her money for, but I guess maybe she didn't have permission because it wasn't clear from the
text. Yeah.
From the text, but you know they kind of went back and forth.
That was after that. He said that she needs to give me the money back, and again, this is the end of July. I know there was something about
Yeah, July
the
2020.
birthday gift, and
What a disgusting, ill-looking female, bro. Anyways, let's keep going.
I remember them fighting. Okay, he was on his phone trying
It's
to.
like you could feel the personality radiating. Just a demanding monster. It's almost like it's like imagine a 5-year-old who cries and throws a tantrum every time they don't get what they want, and you just blow them up like a balloon into a 17-year-old. That's what Mackenzie is. Just a little snotty nose 5-year-old with the puffy cheeks bitching about not being able to play with their toys because it's bedtime. That shit disgusts me, bro. Why not just discipline your kid? It seems like natural progression, but their parents, they natural progression for them did not look like the natural progression for our parents.
Order her a purse or something, and he was sitting there, and he goes, "Yeah, she's just got to look at my phone. She's got to look at my phone and see everything I'm doing." He goes, "I'm just trying to order a damn birthday gift, blah blah blah," and she had to look at it and see, and he was all pissed off because he couldn't surprise her with it. Then the night of that thing, he did bring up the fact that there was money given to her, that he wanted the money back because maybe, and it might have been had to do with not being able to order the purse. Just said, fine, well then take the money that I was gonna pay for the purse or something like that. Angela will maybe be able to clarify that a little bit more. Again.
Was there an issue between Dom and Mackenzie's mom, Natalie? Threats or anything like that?
Not to my knowledge.
Jesus.
Here she says Dom threatened. He bought me this one outfit yesterday, and now he's saying he's going to take me to civil court. And then you told her not to worry about it. He caters to you. I think he just needs something back.
That's what I asked. It seemed like he catered to her a lot.
Right.
They were always
Well,
going out to
what do you
eat.
do? Yeah, what
They were
do you do for him?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Was
Right.
my thing. Like, he waits on you hand and full. What are you doing for him? I did start that a lot lately.
Yeah,
So,
no, and you actually have a text in there that I know that said, "What have you done for him?"
Right.
It goes both ways.
And
So,
so
you're right on the money with
We
that.
knew he was taking care of her financially too, supporting her, which
He said, "I just woke up, AG." Oh no, I just woke up. AG is live. AG and family. What's up, Green Eye Bandit? We've been live for 3 fucking hours. Man, shit. We may have been live. We may have been live longer than 3 hours. We've been live for a minute, gang.
just goes along to show. Is there anything you wanted to know about the investigation that maybe we can help shed some light, put your mind at ease? Anything you're curious about?
No, I guess not.
We are about a week or two out before I think we get the
I
talks back.
talked to the ME's office, and I think they said 2 more weeks, and that was a week and a half ago. So 10 to 14
as soon as we get
days.
that,
And I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't be worried about Jimmy McDonald. Jimmy McDonald's a nice guy, hopefully. But is somebody gonna hear this?
No,
Okay, this isn't gonna be used as evidence.
no.
I don't even know last time the guy's tried a case. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that. He's Nancy McDonald's brother. I think he would get plea deals. He's a prosecutor. He's just making his money, getting his PRS. I mean, he's not really a go-getter type.
Well, and
So-
especially in something like this, they're going to be searching for a plea deal.
That's exactly what they're gonna do.
But we're
well, thank you very much for coming in.
And that's the part where they're gonna say like, "Oh, she's influencing." Listen, the detectives are going to appease your. They're going to humor you very heavily to get information, right? So the Shirilla family, they're gonna use that, and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, she's pulling the strings." Man, you guys really need to go back to school.
We appreciate it.
And that was it. Yo, everybody make sure you go check out Melly too. That one girl Melly. Go subscribe to her. She be busting out this shit. We got about 2,000 people in here. Give her 2,000 extra subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Shout her out. She's doing her thing with the text messages, I will say. And this video
Recording.
I have never seen in its entirety. Never knew it was this long until she had posted it. So shout out Melly once again. And listen, shout out to everybody who came the fuck out here, bro. You guys are wonderful and amazing. I appreciate that. We had a crazy live stream this evening. We're basically at 2,000 concurrent viewers the entire night for a majority of it. So I appreciate all the views. We got 90 new members today. And that's a lot from Casual Art. That's from Jumpsuit Pablo. That's from who else? See, now I started naming people. I'm gonna start fucking up. I started blanking really fast. All the gifted members, shout you guys out to the fullest, man. I appreciate y'all. All the super chatters, shout you guys out. All the viewers, man, you already know what time it is. Thank you guys for just coming out. And we probably have one more live stream set for this week. We might go live on Sunday. We're definitely not going live Saturday. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. I repeat, we are not going live on Saturday. But we may go live on Sunday. So keep your eyes open. Keep your peepers keen, peeled. I'm saying, if not, keep your eyes open for the videos because you know they're always coming. And I gotta go get my dog. All the moderators, Lisa, Marley, a Jim. I didn't see Mark, but Mark, if you were here, all the moderators, if I missed anybody, I appreciate y'all for moderating, keeping shit groovy and movie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the moderators. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna go get me some grub. I'm gonna go munch down on something. I'm gonna leave this live stream open to non-members for about 24 hours. So to those of you who got here super late, you got time, no worries. It'll be available tomorrow and shit. And I'll see y'all later. Happy 4th. Peace.